Hello and welcome to the final live race watch-along of the 2023 Formula One season. Of course, we're back in Abu Dhabi and I'm joined by Tom and the invisible Matisse. He will maybe turn up hopefully soon. Tom, welcome. Lovely to see you. We'll get into this a bit later, but we actually saw you midweek this week, having a little bit of Prix off-season fun.
Yeah, a bit of testing.
Yeah, it was a bit of that, and we'll tell you all about that very soon. Look at that, mysterious. But of course, right now we're here to talk about Abu Dhabi. Number one, do you like the track?
Abu Dhabi's awesome. I think I've always wanted to go to it. It's an awesome track, and I think it's a great place to finish the season, especially the night race sort of
John, can you
racing.
talk to me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Talk to the audience. I need to check in my...
Okay, we've got a bit of a mic issue, apologies. So I'm going to talk you through the grid that we've got for today. So on pole position is Max Verstappen, obviously. I mean, what a ridiculously good season he has had. And Red Bull in general. I heard a crazy statistic, right? Red Bull are on 800 and something or other points. And they've obviously won the Constructors' Championship. Now... They have enough points to obviously have beaten second place. Take all those points away, they could beat them again. They could win the Constructors twice with the amount of points that they have. It's just insane. And Max Verstappen has absolutely been the vehicle of that. So he starts on pole again today. Second place, Charles Leclerc, who was just like a tractor through the majority of qualifying and then did this unbelievably quick lap at the end. I was super impressed to see that. I didn't feel like that was coming. And Ferrari need the points. So we'll have a conversation about that later because... the battle between Mercedes and Ferrari for second place in the Constructors is hotting up big time. There's only 4 points in it. It's going to be super tight. In third place is Oscar Piastri. Fourth is George Russell, who had a good qualifying. And, I mean, talk about how close it is at Mercedes. I personally lean on the side of Lewis Hamilton being the better driver there. But their qualifying for this season is 11 each for George and Lewis. I really thought Lewis would have wiped the floor with he hasn't with the points, but with the qualifying 11 all, that's close.
Yeah, it's pretty tight, and it just shows how good that partnership is working. They're really complementing each other and pushing each other on, which it's awesome to see as well. And yeah, I think there's other partnerships across the grid, like as of late, Norris and Piastri have been pushing each other on.
Well, Piastri starts third today, front of the second row, and it looked as though Lando was on the sort of cusp of maybe even going quite close to pole, but he just kind of lost it in the last couple of corners of his final lap, and I think he'll be disappointed with himself. He starts in fifth today because he would have been wanting to get on that front row.
Absolutely. Starting on the front row is awesome. Don't get me wrong, if it's your first few times you get a bit of pressure, but you see once you get it nailed down you can just really focus on pushing away from everyone behind. It's an incredible feeling, really. Crazy.
Maybe a shout for qualifier of the day. Yuki Tsunoda starting in sixth. Sorry? What? How is he up there? In a car that we'll never call that car anymore because AlphaTauri's being completely rebranded. But Yuki Tsunoda starting in sixth. That's good.
What a lap, really. What a guy. What a guy.
What a dude. I mean, he's had overall, I would say, a pretty good season in a car that is not particularly quick. Not enough, I don't think. There was some initial conversation when Perez was really struggling earlier back in the season. People going, well, they need to replace him. Is Yuki a shout? Being a Red Bull younger driver, you're shaking your head straight away.
So. I think he needs a few more years or a year or two just to build up confidence. You don't want to rush him too quick in because, as we've seen with loads of drivers, Max Verstappen just destroys their career immediately as soon as they join.
Well, it's the curse of the second seat in the Red Bull. You've got, going back, obviously Ricciardo was there, and then we had Gasly into it, Albon into it, and Perez into it. And look, Perez has confirmed second in the Constructors, but none of them have lived up to the potential that they could have done. You just get battered by Max Verstappen. He just slaps you about.
I know, they say you'd rather have a seat in Chinese F4 than drive next to Max Verstappen, But just it comes to show how good Max is, and you can't knock him for it.
Yeah.
And again, if someone goes in and properly takes it to him, what an amazing season we would have,
Well, there were a couple of rumours coming out this week that apparently Lewis Hamilton had little conversations with Christian Horner about going there, but the dynamic between the two of them wouldn't work, which is probably true because there's, even though it was, 2 years ago, almost exactly, the very famous Abu Dhabi 2021, which of course we will talk about at some point, there's probably still some friction between them.
Yeah, they obviously don't get along as well as what it might take to sign Lewis, but I mean, what an incredible partnership that would be if we had them both in the same team. For a start, they'd be absolutely dominant.
Yeah.
No one would get anywhere near them, but yeah, fantastic television if we got that.
And particularly if they played the constructors' game, not the drivers' game, the two of them would just, if they worked together, they'd just clean up. It would be a joke.
But could you actually see them doing that?
No.
No chance.
No, it's such a shame.
No way someone would just, one of those drivers who've been the alpha drivers in their teams would just slot in
I'll be
behind
the
each other.
do a Bottas, for example. No chance. Right, so I'll run you through this whole grid. Max Verstappen on pole, Charles Leclerc on second, Oscar Piastri and George Russell make up the second row. Behind them, Lando Norris and Yuki Tsunoda. Fernando Alonso starts in seventh, with Nico Hulkenberg starting eighth, just behind him. Perez and Gasly making up the final 10. And then behind that, we've got Lewis Hamilton with a horrible qualifying, not making out of Q2 again. Esteban Ocon in 12th, Lance Stroll 13th, Albon in 14th. I really thought the Williams was going to be better here, and it really didn't qualify as well as I thought it would. Daniel Ricciardo in 15th, showing quite how good Yuki Tsunoda's done if Daniel Ricciardo's only put it in 15th. Carlos Sainz, what the hell, man? Not getting out of Q1. What was that? I'm still fuming about it, particularly in the fight for the constructors. Carlos Sainz starts 16th. I imagine he's going to get up and try and nick a couple of points. Magnussen 17th, Bottas 18th, Zhou Guanyu 19th, and Logan Sargent, who didn't even set a time, starting in 20th. What the hell happened to Carlos Sainz?
Well, he claimed people got in his way in different things, but
didn't look that way to me, to be honest.
Sometimes, I don't know. Just, it's annoying, really.
It is a shame because we've got this amazing fight that's about to happen in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah.
For second in the constructors, and the difference of finishing second or third in the constructors is literally tens of millions of pounds. Like it's a huge thing. Who do you think is going to claim it? Ferrari are 4 points behind Mercedes. Who do you think is going to walk away in 2 hours' time in second place in the constructors?
Well, you've both had drivers in both teams who haven't had desirable qualifyings, but I mean they're 4 points apart. It's so hard to say, but
Could be one position.
You, I think, will go for Ferrari, so I'll go for Mercedes. All right,
well, okay,
make it
fair enough.
interesting, you know.
I thought you were wearing a Merc top, but you're not.
I'm wearing my own top because
nice.
I don't actually have that much F1 tops back home, you know. So I've had to break out the individual stuff, you know.
Shout out to One Track GP for getting me this. Appreciate it, guys. I think they didn't actually buy it for me. I think they just bought it for the studio and I commandeered it. I think. So we've got Carlos starting in 16th. He realistically is not going to get much higher than about 7th or 8th.
Well, again, you never know. You could have
red
flags,
safety
could
car,
have safety cars, you know.
Talking of a clean race, Lewis Hamilton again, he's going to get up there. So we've got the good thing from me as Ferrari point of view is I've got Charles Leclerc on second place, which if he can have a good race and hold on to, would be 18 points, which would be huge for us, absolutely huge. But you've got George Russell in fourth, who's just behind. So that battle between the Ferrari and the Mercedes today for that second position is going to be absolutely fascinating. We kind of had something similar last year, second place in the drivers between Perez and Charles Leclerc at this circuit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it again, I was there this time last year. Oh,
such
man.
a flags.
Oh, mate, it was out of this world good.
Just going back to something you said earlier, was it Lance Stroll went from 16th to 4th in Vegas?
Yeah.
So how can Carlos Sainz not do something similar in a car that's much better than that Aston Martin?
You make a very good point. You make a very good point.
So very doable. I feel like I'm Lance's biggest fan as well. I'm always trying to find the positives in his weekends, you know.
Well, if Ferrari do it, that's getting sprayed. That's going all over your face.
Please no.
Let's have a little throwback to the season. Let's do some sort of like memories. For me, one of the biggest standout moments was when McLaren brought that upgrade package and suddenly they had what felt like a car that was on the precipice of being like a constructor's winning car. They suddenly became so quick. How does that happen?
I've no idea.
Because it went from...
They were like hacking around, struggling to get out of Q1, just about in Q2, and then suddenly they're right up taking it to Red Bull. But what a turnaround, you know, you really can't fault them.
Yeah, talk about an upgrades package. It doesn't get much more powerful than what McLaren brought. I mean, yeah, huge fair play. to what they did. Who would you say has had like the sort of biggest, and we'll go to production in 2 seconds, who would you say has had the biggest breakout season?
It's hard not to say Oscar Piastri.
Has to be, doesn't it?
It has to be. He's just been fantastic. I mean, Lando was a fantastic driver, as we all know, but this year at times he has been overshadowed by Oscar.
Which is...
You really... And the way Oscar's conducted himself, how calm he is, how presentable he is, it's just... He's been fantastic, a real proper professional.
Production, Coylan, how are you?
I'm not too bad, Joe. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks.
Good
Sad
stuff.
it's coming to the end.
Yeah, the end of the season. But
What you got for us? You got some juicy gossip or something?
Yeah, I got a couple of things just to chime in on before we get this race underway. First of all, I just want to say hello to Tom. And
Thank you,
hello, Matisse, you're looking great there. But yeah, so
Invisible Matisse.
just to touch on a couple of things. Obviously, the final race of the season. This is, as we know, going to be the last race for AlphaTauri under their current name. There is a new name, possibly rumoured to be Racing Bulls for next year.
Yeah, what's that?
We're not too sure.
Racing Bulls.
I'm not really sure
Bit
about that
weird.
name.
But it's also the last race for the team's team principal, Franz Tost, after 351 Grand Prix at the helm. He is retiring at the end of the season and he will be replaced by Ferrari's Laurent Mekies going into 2024.
Nice.
And also as well, Alfa Romeo, this will be the last race for them under their current name. They'll go back next year to the original name that they have. Sauber, of course, a very big name in Formula 1, before Audi come in 2026. So plenty of change after this race.
Yeah, but no, as it stands, we've got no current driver changes for next year.
Well, you never know what can happen, you know?
Because a lot of the contracts basically aren't up. We're going to have huge contract changes next year. But the one seat that kind of was on the precipice of people talking about, okay, this is going to be the one that goes, is Logan Sargent in the Williams. But still no word on that yet. They seem to be sticking by him.
Well, the season isn't over yet. He's still their driver. They've no reason to start spreading rumours about it, but who could replace him, do you think?
I as soon as he came in, I thought Liam Lawson has to go to that Williams seat. Has to go. I mean, he did so well coming in to cover for Daniel Ricciardo with the broken wrist. And he scored points.
I know, but again, I suppose you have the Alex Albon example of where it's a driver associated with a rival has gone to a customer team.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. There is friction in that sort of process. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Liam Lawson would be awesome in F1. I think he did such a good job, didn't he?
I mean, he'll be. If I'm Liam Lawson, I'd be raging. I'd be so annoyed that I don't have a Red Bull. Just not got carried away that I don't have a seat in F1 after what I delivered. Has he gone back to Super Formula? I think.
I think so.
Yeah,
Again,
it
I'm
must be.
not entirely
He
sure.
must just be driving there. I guess maybe he'll be offered a job as like a reserve or something next year. But if I'm Williams, I'd be going. We've got to get him in the seat because bless Logie Bear Sargent.
Oh, Logie Bear.
Logie Bear, mate. He's how many points has he got? 1, which is better than nothing. But Alex Albon's got 27.
Albon's done such a good job. Though.
Yeah.
Again, it's hard to look at the negative or easy to look at the negative of Logan's struggle, but Alex has had a fantastic season. You know, he's brought his career back. He's now he looks incredible in that Williams, and it'll be interesting to see if he stays there or if he can maybe get a move to a team further up the grid.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's controversial because Albon had that chance in the Red Bull.
He did.
And we talked about it earlier. The ugly seat. It didn't work for him. It was maybe a bit too early or whatever. But
well, it was early, wasn't it? Was it a second season or was it
something like that?
It was something like 6 months in, or I don't know. It was something ridiculous.
It is too. Yeah, it was. Well, it was too fast for him.
You can't just hop in there. And I think, to be fair, his first few races in the Red Bull, whenever he did it, I think Spa had a fantastic performance. But to do it week in, week out, and to have someone who's just consistently incredible, like Max every weekend.
It's a joke,
have you ever
isn't it?
seen him struggle on a weekend where the car has
Nope.
been good? You know, you see Sergio sometimes yo-yos up the grid, whereas Max every weekend 2-3 tenths he has just on everyone.
Oh, it's just
incredible.
crazy. And you sort of feel he probably could have more. Like if somebody was on his tail every week, you'd back him to go, I can find another 2 tenths out of this car.
Well, to go back to 2021.
Here we go,
glorious
everyone.
season. We're going
Abu
back.
Dhabi 2021. We're going to talk about it.
We can't talk about it. You see how much Lewis came on, you know, he properly rise his game. I think drivers, whenever they have that competition, you see them bring themselves up, which I think Max hasn't been properly challenged like that.
Let's talk about it, all right?
Oh.
The elephant in the room, Abu Dhabi 2021. It's so divisive, this, and people say this, that, the other. But for me, I still think Lewis was robbed.
It's hard not to, really. But what a spectacle we had, what a show. Like, the fact we're still talking about it tells you how good it was.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting at home and I felt like hollow on the inside.
Yeah.
No, I love Max and love what he's done, but Lewis had that in the bag,
The kind of, the way that I looked at it as well is that Max actually probably deserved maybe that championship season for what he'd done, to be fighting with Lewis like that, doing so well. He actually did deserve the title as much as Lewis did.
But on the day,
the race was Lewis's, and ultimately it did come down to that one day.
I know.
And Michael Massey, I mean, it says enough that he got sacked. He got sacked after what happened, so
they
it was a
couldn't
joke.
Just take it, they had to have some sort of response because of the backlash. But Lewis was so robbed, that was
correct. And I'm not, and
watch,
I'm not. That's an amazing spectacle, isn't it? When they fly the Emirates and the plane, and then the sort of what do you call them? Planes with like colours coming out. From
the trail.
Absolutely amazing.
I got to give it to him. The Americans did well at Coda and different things in Vegas. They're just awesome.
Oh, it's the colours of the UAE flag. That's what it is. Nice.
It is.
It is absolutely amazing there. It's just a big, huge party.
De Bruyne.
An absolute party. Kevin De Bruyne's there. Nice.
Cool.
Let's have a look today.
Yeah.
Who do you think is... Well, this could be a short conversation. Who do you think is going to win the race?
Well, it's... You know who I'm going to say.
Go on, say it. Say it.
Max, I think, could win this race. I think there's a strong chance.
I think he's got as good a chance as anyone, isn't he?
Yeah. I think he might win this one. But again, if you look for the racer second, as we have all season, it'll be a very interesting one.
Yeah.
I really hope Oscar can put in a good performance. He's had a fantastic qualifying and
to
be
start.
awesome. You don't know how positive it is rounding out your season on a good note.
Yeah, I'm going to get up the standings because there's also a hell of a lot of drama between the drivers going on. I think Alonso and Sainz, off the top of my head, go in on equal points.
Do they?
To this race, they're both on 200. Let me double check, I'm not just completely lying. They do. Yeah, so Lewis is all but confirmed third on 232 points. But Sainz and Alonso are exactly the same on 200. So that's another interesting battle because Sainz is starting down in 16th and Alonso starts in 7th. So that is kind of crazy, really. And then just behind that, you got Lando Norris on 195 and Charles Leclerc on 188. So there's 12 points between 4 drivers. And they're going to finish 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th between it. I mean, that's incredibly close. Sainz, Alonso, Lando and Charles Leclerc. I mean, that could go anywhere. Have a look.
I can't pick one driver.
Have a look. Who do you think is going to end up in 4th out of those 4?
Just because I love nostalgia, I'd love Fernando to be 4th.
I've got a feeling he might.
I don't have any... I really like all those drivers. I don't have any preference over all of them, but I think based on today, Charles, who's at the bottom of that pack, he's starting highest up.
He's starting in 2nd, but he's 12 points away.
I know, but if you come 18, if you come 2nd, get the 18 points, plus a fastest lap, maybe you never know. But
interesting.
I don't know.
I actually think is Lando on 195.
Yeah,
I think Lando could do it.
I'd love Lando to do it. Again, I really like all these drivers. I can't say.
Really interesting. So we've got that. We've got the sort of 4-way battle of the drivers and the 2-way battle between Ferrari and Mercedes, who are
loads to look out for.
Huge amount, not for, I mean, kind of like all season, not what's happening up the top, but what's happening just behind it. My God, it's fascinating. Really, really, really fascinating.
It just consolidates the point of how good Max has been. And Red Bull.
Scary, isn't it?
Max, to be able to so far clear of all the drama behind that, just, oh my,
I totally agree.
I don't think I could do that. I think he might be better than me.
I'm not sure, mate. Do yourself a bit of credit. Looking down at the bottom, we've kind of got a little bit of I mean, I can't see either of these teams scoring points. Certainly not Alfa Romeo starting down in 18th and 19th. They're on 16 points. Behind them is Haas on 12 points. Now, Haas's only hope, really, because they're 4 points behind Alfa Romeo, will be today Nico Hulkenberg, who starts in 8th. He'd have to put in a hell of a performance, but the car is a tractor on its tyres. Absolutely destroys its tyres.
If anyone can do it, it's Hulk. Again, I'm a big Hulk fan.
Yeah.
I think he's awesome. I think he'll do a good job.
Nico Hulkenberg. That's my best Daniel Ricciardo impression.
Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg. Yeah, really interesting. I'll tell you who I think's had a disappointing season. George Russell.
I think last season he had a great season, which is overshadowed this season. But I mean, he's equal in qualifying with Lewis.
11-11 in qualifying, but he's
And like
72 points behind in the drivers. That's not good enough.
But it's a 7 times world champion.
Yeah.
You know, you don't ever. It's hard to say, but of course George will be disappointed with that.
I think absolutely he will be, and he'll have been wanting to make something more of this season because he's trying to say, "Oh, I don't want to be the number 2 driver here."
Yeah.
But that's number 2 driver's performance.
Yeah.
Being
no one
72
wants to be the
points
number 2
off.
driver, you know. But it's just.
Except
I
from
don't know.
Bottas, and he's amazing at it.
Mate, leave Bottas alone, right? He had some moments, right?
He was that's exactly what Mercedes needed.
They
They needed that second driver.
And that's why they were so good and for so long, you
Correct.
know. But I don't know. I think George will want certainly to improve for next year.
Yeah, I agree. Vinny says this track has a lot of history, a lot of world championships won. Well, yeah, they have the slot of being the final race of the season, which Vegas desperately wanted to take away from them, but Abu Dhabi have the contract. Yeah, Max has won it the last 3 years, and he's probably going to win again today. 4 in a row.
Well, we don't know. We don't. You have just said he's
You're-
won 4 in a row.
you're
before
more
the race is
optimistic.
started. I don't want to just say he's going to win because we say it every week, and
Yeah.
it gets depressing after a while.
At this point, you just stand back and clap.
You never know. He could get wiped out at turn 1, which will be an awful thing, but you know it could happen.
Yeah, I just think he's mature. That's the thing this season that I've been, and last season a bit as well. But his maturity in the moments when he is under the cosh a little bit, he's just dealt with it so well. I'm saying that, but as I'm saying it, I'm thinking Vegas turn 1 last week where he just bullied Charles Leclerc off the track, cheated, got a 5-second penalty and still won, which I think was dodgy.
Don't get me wrong. It wasn't the cleanest of moves, but 5-second penalty is far too much for that. Like,
You think it was too much?
I think it was too much.
I don't think it was anywhere near enough.
I think you just swapped the places.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah.
That's which would have been more powerful for Charles. To have the position back is a better thing, not 5 seconds.
I know.
Which
But-
and they do that in IndyCar all
Yeah.
the time. They say just straight away, bang.
But sure, they do it in F1 things. If you go off the road or you get an advantage, you swap the place, you give the place back.
But we've not seen it so much this season. They've
5-second penalty. I don't think works for instances like that. Like
100%.
track limits where you've gained time, but when you've gained position through it, I think you need to have some sort of positional penalty.
You're completely right. You're completely right. And I can't get my head around how they didn't just call that straight away.
I don't know. It's so simple to see for us, but again, they have information we don't have. You never know, but I think it really should just be.
Because if I'm Max, I'm going, I know what I'll do. I'll pull an illegal move, get the position. They won't make me swap it. I'll take 5. He got the 5-second penalty. He was already 2.5 seconds ahead. So
I know he's in a car that's fast as well.
Yeah.
You know, for Red Bull, what did he say? He said, "Send them my best," or was it "send them my regards"?
Yes, send them
you know?
my
You can tell
regards.
he doesn't care. He's laughing at them in the
Yeah.
cockpit. You know.
Yeah, it's embarrassing for them. It really is embarrassing for them. Harry, final race of the season. Love to see everyone here. Nice to see you, Harry. You've been
Harry.
with us from the top, I think, from race 1, Harry. So
Harry.
good on you. We're getting some beautiful shots of Yas Island Marina and the W Hotel. Again, is that the hotel? Yeah, it is.
So
It
for
is. So where it says Rolex there with the bit that goes over, goes underneath, inside there is a bar. And you can stand there as the cars are going underneath. Obviously, it's glass, but you're literally over the top of an F1 car. I mean, it's incredible.
Seeing them shoot beneath your feet would be just awesome.
Oh, mate. I mean, it's not a glass floor, unfortunately, so you do
I
have
know,
to do
but
that.
you know you're.
But it's just, man, that I think I'm guessing the hotel was purpose built,
Yeah.
with the track. It's amazing, and the people there were lovely, and the atmosphere was wild, and it's just a party. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't really understand F1 and kind of there because they're famous or have been invited or whatever. but it is cool. And if you ever get the chance, I would recommend going because it's an unbelievable experience.
I've always wanted to go because it's the last race of the season. You know,
Yeah.
you'd love to go for any reason, even if you have a championship like where so much has been decided. But
Yeah.
again, there's always something to be decided. You know, like today we've got so much going on, but still, yeah.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
exactly. Hopefully Ferrari don't implode for your sake today. Thanks, Harry. I hope you haven't just cursed it. I feel
Properly thrown the jinx on.
I know we're gonna be all right. We are gonna hop Mercedes today. I said it in the preview on Thursday, and I'm standing by even after Carlos Sainz's poor qualifying performance. I'm gonna stand by it, and I think in 2 hours I'm gonna be really happy because Ferrari will have been second in the constructors, which after this season is actually pretty good for Ferrari.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, you look at the Mercedes struggled this year as well. So I think they're both teams that have come back very strong. Like at the start of the year, we were looking at Aston Martin, thinking, wow, what a job they've done. But as the year's gone by, we've seen Ferrari and Mercedes come out
a little bit more
really
sort of
strong.
regular point scoring of
back
what we'd
to
expect.
the more normal status has been resumed, really. But
There was a point in the season where Ferrari, we were like the 5th fastest team. Because McLaren had brought their upgrade package. We weren't better than the Aston Martin. Mercedes and Red Bull, forget it. We were like, and I think Alpine had a really good race one day. I was like, Ferrari, are we sick? Are we a lower midfield team? But we have managed to have a much...
you were like Crystal Palace for a bit. Struggling.
We've been on the up. We've been on the up steadily ever since. And I think finishing first... finish first would be lovely. Finishing second today with a little cheeky Charles Leclerc first place as well, who'll win the race. That would be nice.
If Charles wants to win this race, he has to do something outrageous in turn one. He has to send some incredible move or something.
He has
That's
to
the
throw a
only
bomb.
way he can win this race. Do what Max did to him last week.
Throw a dive bomb, yeah, 100%.
Not to the same extent, but something along those lines.
Yeah.
That's what has to happen.
I mean, I agree. I think there's an element, though, that Ferrari are going to be saying, you're not going to win. Charles, you're not going to win. But if you confirm second, let him drive off. Worry about what's behind you, not in front of you. Or this is actually what I would be saying. Keep second, hold second, get 18, maybe 19 points, which is huge for them in the constructors. Hopefully Carlos can come up, sweep a few up. Because if he does throw a dive bomb and something locks up, clishes, he's out the race. He's out the race, and then that's it. Ferrari, Mercedes have then taken second, and I think that has to be the priority today. Is getting second.
They've said that to him, but for entertainment purposes, that's what we need. You know.
Yeah, we need a Charles Leclerc dive bomb.
Heroic.
Well, here they are. They're on the grid. They're keeping those tyres warm, and they're going to go for their formation lap shortly. There's Carlos Sainz right down the back, obviously looking spaced out and dazed, as he always does.
This is the most nervous part of any driver's weekend. He's
Tell me
sitting
why.
on the grid because you're sitting there and everyone's stopped talking to you. It's just quiet. You have a few mechanics around you, like there, and maybe an engineer, but everything's quiet, and you're just left alone to your own devices and your own terrifying thoughts. You know, and you just have to just firm it out, really. But you know, for the likes of Carlos starting at the back, there's no pressure. So again, you have the people starting at the front, like Oscar, for example, in third. He could be feeling nerves, but Carlos at the back will feel less, and you'll have that energy to sort of push through and get the result.
It's really interesting, Tom, because I never really thought of it that way, but you're right. The drivers have so much to do, not only with the setup of the car and all of the things that go alongside the actual race itself. They've got all the media duties outside of that. You're right, they're so busy that that's probably their first moment of quiet, really, the whole weekend. Right. So I completely get why there'd be some nerves knocking about. God, that's really, really interesting. And I love that we get the likes of you and Richard on, professional drivers, because it just gives me, who's never not a professional driver, you're lucky I didn't go go-karting. I would not have been good. It gives us an insight into what it's like being around in those moments.
Yeah, and I haven't raced F1, you know, but I can give.
Not yet. So everybody is starting on the medium tyre, apart from Lance Stroll in 13th, Carlos Sainz in 16th, which is probably a sensible decision. He's going on the hards, and Bottas in 18th. Sainz has to do something different. He has to go for a different strategy. It's Matisse Armani, everyone! Yes! He's here. Somebody get him a microphone. You're going to get in, mate, literally as it goes lights out.
Mate, you arrived.
They're on the formation
on
lap.
My God.
Matisse isn't mic'd up yet, but he looks the part. Let's put it that way. He's going to be in full orange. I'm very excited. This is always, for me, this is the bit where I get a bit like, oh, here we go, come on, race time, baby. I'm very, very excited.
I remember
for
that Kimi
this.
Räikkönen clip whenever everyone's heating their tires and he's just
Yeah.
just does not care.
Doesn't care,
He's
does he?
just, let's just finish this weekend off. you know?
Yeah, literally. He is absolutely iconic, isn't he, Kimi? Should we pop over to the lovely production team?
No real news at the minute. I just have to chime in that Kimi Räikkönen conversation you guys were having. The one thing that always makes me laugh about Kimi Räikkönen in Abu Dhabi was when the engineer tried to tell him with Lotus in 2012 about you have to warm the tyres, keep them warm under the safety car or whatever he said. And Kimi just launches into a tirade of, leave me alone, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Over the radio. That was always quite funny. Great memory, Kimi.
Yeah, absolutely classic.
Side note, but that's what's always impressed me about Piastri, how calm he is over the
He
radio.
is calm, isn't
you
he?
hear drivers get on, like, I love Kimi dearly, but you hear things like that being said, and compared to Oscar, it'd just be, right, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
It's all calm.
Be interested to see how he deals with that pressure today. We just had a nice message come through from, I think it was Yuki Tsunoda, to his nearly former team principal Tost, his last race, saying, let's go do this. Thanks for all the hard work over the years, which I think is lovely. And he'll be absolutely looking to try and do something special. Here he is.
Boys.
Good to see
Look
you.
at that for timing, bro. How are you?
Bro. I swear, listen, if I was never going to miss this race, man, last race of the season,
You're here.
I had to make it for this race, just about. I was screaming at my Uber driver. I was like, bro, I don't care if there's traffic. Blaze through these cars right now because this is it.
Well, here we go. They are literally lining up. They've done their formation lap. A couple of them, they're heating the tyres, letting the back go out to get a last little bit of heat into them so that they're a bit quicker off the mark.
Where's my brother Hamilton starting from?
11th.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Long. Do you know what
Come
I'm
on,
saying?
Charles.
Fuming, absolutely fuming with that. But George is in a good position.
We've
so-
got a big fight. I mean, I know you're wearing orange, not
Yeah.
Mercedes today, but we've got a big fight for second in the constructors today.
Oh, is it?
Absolutely massive
Oh,
fight.
yeah, we do,
4 points. 4 points between
Yes,
us.
we do,
You're
we
ahead
do.
by 4. So this is absolutely huge. All right, here we go. We've got the green flag. It is waving, and it's lights out, and they
Come
are
on.
off.
There we go.
Charles gets a great start, but Max is
Come
going to
on,
have
come
the.
on. He's just about got it.
Ooh, Lando's made the
On the
jump
outside.
early up as well.
That's a good start.
It's a
from
clean.
Lando.
Oh, we've got contact.
Oh,
Perez, isn't it?
Perez.
Perez
and
just got
Hamilton.
touched. Yeah. Charles done the sensible
Pushing
thing
further
and
around.
just holding that position for now. Oscar having a little peek there. I mean, it is a beautiful circuit, and I love that. Then it's going to get dark for the next hour
Yeah.
and a half in this race, which is
know.
great. There's a lot of movement going on at the back. Really interesting to see.
Did we give anybody any chance outside of Verstappen winning this?
No.
We tried to be optimistic about it, but
Oh.
Charles making it! Charles Leclerc!
go on,
Charles Leclerc!
give him some
Oh!
Max
He
is
hasn't
going to
made a
hold it.
stick. Oh, wow.
Oh my
Charles
god.
He had him
that out there.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know why I'm cheering you on because I kind of need Mercedes to...
You desperately do not need. You just want anyone to win apart
Yeah,
from
but
Max.
you know
Get
what?
another go at it.
Charles is
Yeah.
right. Look how close he is.
Go on.
This
Go
is
on, Charles.
This is the
No
stand
way.
that I was in
Slim
last time,
shitty.
South Stand, where you get that amazing sweeping long view. Max is just about holding him off, but Charles is absolutely flying.
He should have lifted off the brakes and did what Max did to him last
Yeah.
week. You know, he's been too nice to
Push him round. Yeah. There's the W Hotel. We'll see them go through that 58 times today, 58 lap race.
See, Max is just gonna.
Lando's made the jump and has got himself up to 4. So McLaren currently have a 3-4, which is really good for them.
Yeah, this is great positioning from McLaren.
Need to know where Sainz is.
Well, we'll have a look as they come round
He had
the
an
final
awful
corner.
qualifying, didn't he?
Oh, dreadful.
My
Still
God.
16.
17, 16.
I have
I'm
absolutely
sitting
no
down,
idea
King.
where Sainz is.
There he is there. He looks like he's made a few.
2
Yeah,
places.
14.
Places.
Yeah.
Hamilton's made up 2 places as well and got into 9th. Russell's lost a position and gone down to 5th. Yuki Tsunoda has held on to 6th. I mean, that is mega. I love Yuki.
He's holding off Fernando Alonso as well. What a move.
Yeah, Logie Bear Sargent's bringing up the rear, and Perez still in 10th. He's lost a position.
God, Nico
2
Hulkenberg's had a horrible start.
positions? Unsure.
Is that Lando on? There's a different feeling whenever you're coming up on your teammate. Like, I don't know.
Tell me about that.
I don't know about these guys, but whenever I come up against my teammate, I just so want to beat them. You know,
Oh, really?
It's just, you have that
Just
dynamic.
more
edge.
There's a more of an edge to it.
That's so interesting.
Because you want to be the number one in your team. You want to be the one, the face, the representative of the team. So you just want to get past them.
You stand a better chance as well if you are the best in your team.
Yeah.
Just in general, at
Exactly.
renewing contracts and whatnot. So
You really have that sort of.
I'm scared about Charles Leclerc. He's lost a hell of a lot of time to Max, and Oscar Piastri is breathing down his neck.
come on.
Oh
I hope
God.
the McLarens manage this because they're in great positions right now. I don't want any catastrophe to take place. We don't need any double DNFs or something. Big
Sainz
crash.
is doing well. He's got himself up 3 positions now, up into 13th, and on that hard tyre as well.
Yeah.
He's made use of, because it's quite, it's obviously harder to get the temperature into those hard tyres. So he's done well to make early positions, and he'll be able to run longer. We're getting
Interesting
Oscar
shot there, isn't it? With
Yeah, that
sort
was a
of
wonderful shot.
The glare.
reflection- The glare, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's off their tearaways.
That would be, yeah. Or the going through the
Yeah.
tear-offs, but something you never really think about. If the sun's going down, then the sun's constantly setting and it's constantly going lower and deeper into your eyes,
Yeah.
I'd say
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it, though, really. Just getting on with the
Wow.
job.
Well, seeing as it's the last race, shall we pop some bubs?
Yes, we should. And you
Come
should,
on.
not me, because we all know how that goes.
Bro, we're going to talk about that in a second. We'll get to that, but we here at On Track GP,
He might.
we got all the content coming
Don't do this to us,
over
please.
the off season.
Yo, that was actually insane. I can't lie. I didn't realise that was going to become a meme.
We got a brand new. Oh no, let's just have a look at this race start again and see what happened, and then I'll talk you through what we've got going on.
Cecil sent it to me. I was like, how did you get a hold of this? Honestly.
So Charles very nearly gets
Almost.
the inside.
Yeah.
George Russell just slow off the brakes, and Lando Norris absolutely just breezes past him. Really lovely driving. And then we had this awesome battle for about a minute and a half.
Do we think Charles is too kind to Max in this moment here?
I think it's the next
next
couple
one,
of
isn't
corners.
it?
Are we ready?
Go on.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Whoa!
Jesus!
On Track
Yo,
GP.
that was
What have I done? Oh God! How do I make it stop? Jesus!
Why'd you spread over yourself?
I don't get it. I don't know what happened.
That is, you've done that to perfection. Do you know what I want to say? First of all, you got a perfect amount of launch on this.
Yes.
Brilliant, right? You didn't hit anyone. And then you got a perfect amount of sprinkle. Not too much.
Hey, mate,
Didn't
drop
get on the
some-
cameras.
let's-
Quality.
Some of
Perfect.
this on
What
there.
have I done?
You've done a brilliant job. That's 10 out of 10.
Who
Honestly.
sprays champagne directly
Just for
upwards
that,
on
you should be a
themselves?
football. You should be a football
First time I've ever sprayed champagne.
Or
Really? That's your
Prosecco.
first time?
Prosecco.
You look like a seasoned pro doing that.
That was fucking cool, man, wasn't it?
Yes, he did. He did brilliantly.
Oh
You
God!
saw what I
On
did,
my
right?
own head.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, due to what I did, that's obviously a massive step up.
Oh God!
That's brilliant.
I mean, there's nothing to celebrate yet. Right.
I'm surprised you didn't wait for a Ferrari win to do that.
Does anyone want a glass?
Yeah, let's
sure,
go.
yeah.
Just a couple of lads drinking some blush Prosecco to the F1.
Nothing weird about that. Not one thing.
It's good stuff, this, to be fair.
Oh my days.
Cheers to you if you're having an end of season drink at home. Little thank you from us for watching. Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
brothers.
boys. Happy last
Lovely
race.
stuff.
Lando Norris has got
It's
the
been
jump.
a long season.
Lando
Watching
Norris has
Max
got-
win all these races. It's been
Yeah,
stressful.
tell me about it. Just as you said, Norris has got the jump on Piastri. He's up now into 3rd place, which is huge for 4th place in the drivers.
yeah.
Absolutely huge. That would be enough to take him 4th.
Would it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
you gotta
Coylan
clear
can
his
hopefully
way.
stay on top of that maths. Are
Yes.
you? Yeah. Do you have some
he-
sort of graphic that's doing it for you?
Is he in? Is he in 4th? Yes. Would that be a 4th live position?
Thanks, Maori. Cheers to you as well. And Harry, yes, I know I did not do very well with that, did I?
I'm impressed.
Cheers.
I'm impressed.
Let's go to Coylan.
Actually, it turns out I lied. I do have a graphic here.
Did you keep us updated?
I've just noticed on my page, yes, it has updated. So at the moment as it stands, Norris will be 4th on 210 points, Alonso 5th on 206.
Wow.
So, but
Interesting.
Fernando's got Yuki in front of him, who Yuki does a fantastic job, but
You should be able to get
he
past
should
him.
be able to clear him.
which would give him one,
How many more
two,
points would that give
four,
him?
6. That would take him from 6 to 8 points. It would give him 2 more
So he
points.
still needs to clear at least Russell, Piastri, Norris, one of them, if he wants to.
This is
Run and
really
stuff like
interesting. And Norris is within the DRS of Leclerc, or on the precipice of being on. He's sort of dipping in and out the 1 second. Leclerc would really need to keep him away. Verstappen already a second and a half clear.
Once
of
I realise that the race win is
Leclerc.
decided, which is we're getting close to just hanging up the boots, then it's all McLaren versus Ferrari for that second spot.
Correct. Hinesh, have we got any big plans for next season? Well, before next season, very excitingly, which is why I've seen these boys this week, we are launching our brand new off-season show, Who's in the Kart? So, I had the joy of not being in the kart. Because it's not me. There's the surprise. Oh, wow, Magnussen coming in for an early stop for some reason. I don't know why that is. We're just going to have a look. Is he complaining about his tyres?
Is that?
Oh yeah, he's locking up dreadfully round the. That's just I don't know what that was. But yeah, who's in the cart? Well, you can find out. Our first episode launches. I'm looking at my producer to make sure I get the right day. Thursday at 6 p.m. I know, I'm just so professional. Yeah, we're really excited about it. It's a brand new karting show where you'll see some people from OnChatGP and from other walks of life that you may well recognise. Racing against each other and against some pros. We had a hell of a lot of fun making it, and we hope you have a hell of a lot of fun enjoying it. So first episode out, Who's in the Kart on Thursday, 6 p.m. And they are showing us the graphic, and as it stands, Ferrari are going to hop Mercedes to 406 points in the Constructors. I'm shaking my fist in your face. Come on! This is big. This is the graphics that we want. Come on, Ferrari!
And I don't have anybody but George right now that can get significant points.
We were talking
Lewis
before
can-
while you were
Looking at
checking.
Lewis, yeah.
Problem is, Lewis has got Sergio directly in front of him.
That's
unless
a
he can
horrible
clear
car
him.
to
It's a
overtake.
horrible car to be behind, yeah. Anybody else but Sergio. I mean,
Well, you could say Max.
yeah.
Wouldn't want to follow
Max would never find himself down there. He
That would
doesn't,
be a problem.
doesn't know what that's like.
I wonder what Max's lowest qualifying has been this season.
Probably second. Did he not have a third?
I feel like he got a
Might have-
fourth once, didn't he? Oh, probably Singapore. It's going to be Singapore,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
would be.
Would you be able to look that up, please?
Street track.
Thank you. Yeah, it's got to be Singapore when he didn't. I mean, the fact that
Had a
he's.
hard weekend.
It's only 3 races he's not won.
So really what I need is Russell to overtake Piastri
2
right
that
now.
Perez won.
He needs to
One
get a
that
job or
Sainz won.
something, doesn't he? Like something other than this.
Oh, we've got a move
There he is, Russell and
happening.
Piastri. There he is on the straight.
That'll be
And he's
good
gonna
for
take
the
him.
Is he going to make it
Mercedes.
stick? Because he's got the very wide line. Piastri's going to get that back.
that'll
Oh,
go
this
on
is a
then.
great battle. That's really mature from Oscar Piastri to not panic. He knew he had the racing line and just had to keep the car in the right place. That is proper driving from Oscar.
But if George clears Oscar, I'm right in saying Mercedes
Yeah, I
go
think
back in front.
Mercedes
of
will go
Ferrari.
back in front.
Makes it interesting.
Oh, wow, that's really close, isn't it?
Ricardo saying there's a possible tear-off in one of the front ducts. We're checking, may have to take some action. I'll keep you posted. So a tear-off is one of those things that the driver has on their helmet, and then when they sort of get dusty, they tear it off and just chuck it. And it seems as though somebody else's thing has gone potentially in his car, and they're letting him know. Let's go to production.
So I've got an answer for you on Verstappen's worst qualifying this season. It was actually 15th in Jeddah. If we remember, he had the I forget what issue it was, but he had an issue in Q2. Didn't make it through the session. Came back to finish second and right in the gearbox of Sergio Perez.
Oh God! And Harry saying you got 11th in Singapore.
Wow.
Anyone for some more prosecco?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Max is going to win, so may as well celebrate for him.
Yeah, exactly. Production, do you want some? No,
Nothing.
they're just trying to get us pissed.
That would make a good show, wouldn't it?
Yeah. We did. I think Miami. I got a bit wavy in Miami.
Miami, you
We
were.
had like sand all over. We made it like a beach.
That was mad.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. They went full out for it. To be
Yeah,
fair,
Miami was actually quite messy.
I got quite.
Pessy.
It was.
I got
sand,
quite
it was
wavy.
Cocktails. It was everything.
It was cocktails. Yeah.
Yeah, it was mad.
What cocktails did you have?
Well,
It was one
out
in
of
a can.
a can.
Oh.
Yeah.
Classy. Should we do a prediction? Get the
We're gonna get the wheel spinning.
the wheel. All right.
Well, why don't we? I imagine we're going to have We'll have another pit stop or something in a minute. Look at him just staring at the camera.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we should. You're right. We need to get the wheel spinning. I don't know what the pit window.
Do we have
will
some new options on the wheel this week? I think we do have. Recite the alphabet backwards as fast as you can.
Impossible.
I think that's new.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
I would fail at that.
Speak like a robot. That one always.
Yeah, that's not a fun one. That.
It feels painful to do.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
Come on. I don't.
This is where, if the move's going to happen, this is the sort
I
of
do
place
need
where it
Russell
will
to
happen. I mean,
overtake.
God, he's going quick.
Come
He's
on.
not going to quite
Come
get it
on.
done, but we have got
There's Sergio on.
Sergio not going to be able to make that stick.
Surprised because he came dashing down.
They made changes to the Abu Dhabi track, didn't they? A
Couple of years ago.
And I think it's really helped with the overtaking.
100%, because it
Because
was
you
that
could
section
never-
there, I think, by the south
Yeah.
stand.
You
Oh,
could
there's,
never overtake.
he's done it again. Russell's done it again, but he's so wide. He's going to have to give. He's going to exactly the same thing happened
Bit of a
again.
cutback somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's because that racing line is closer to the apex. If you go off the racing line, you lose so much speed.
His philosophy is, I think, if you go wider, you'll get the exit, but there's nowhere for him to overtake
Yeah.
after he gets the exit.
Correct.
But so he needs to try a different approach.
What has been everyone's favourite race or moment of the season?
Hard not to say
Question from Harry.
Singapore. That little blip of red and
Yeah.
otherwise sea of blue, you know?
I was asleep. I was in America and I was asleep, and I woke up that Carlos Sainz had won, and he's my favourite driver. I couldn't believe that I'd missed it.
That was probably the best moment because that was the only moment that wasn't Red Bull winning.
Well, yeah, literally.
Just a bit of change. It was nice. You know, I felt new again after that.
I honestly, maybe it's a bit of recency bias, but my God, I loved Vegas. Oh, I thought that was such a good race.
Yeah.
The last move, Charles Leclerc on Perez, Max not just dominating for the entire time.
Yeah,
that was a race and a half,
It's
man.
good.
Absolutely
Lived
loved
up
it.
to the hype
Yeah, and it needed to.
after what happened in the
Practice where there was a hole, a
Yeah.
hole to hell.
I was quite worried that we wouldn't actually get
It was
a race.
mental.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
I want to know how they had a free practice session at 2 a.m. local time as well, because that's
Yeah.
a street circuit.
Yeah.
You know, there are people who, not that many, but you know, there are people who live
Live
in
there.
Las
Yeah, yeah,
Vegas.
yeah.
You know, so how can you have F1 cars blasting around in the middle of the night? Surely there'd be some issue with that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe they picked them to take that hit.
Yeah, I think they did.
Absolutely crazy.
So why is Carlos your favourite driver? I'm curious. Do you just?
I just think he's really cool. I just think there's
think
something
he's-
really cool about
I just
him.
think he's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just wicked, isn't he?
Cool name.
I mean, I love Charles Leclerc as well. I support the team more than I support Carlos. So if he left, I wouldn't suddenly become I wasn't a McLaren fan and then wherever his career's gone. I'm a Ferrari fan, so I'll be the fan of whoever the drivers are there.
Yeah.
But I've just always really liked him. I thought he's always come across really well. Quite a clean driver as
He
well.
presents himself well, doesn't he? He
Yeah.
always,
Great head of hair.
he looks great.
They're on the radio to Piastri saying, "This is good, Oscar, defending well."
Oh, come on.
You say that, and he's nearly had another look there.
Bit of a lock up
Bit
there
of
as
lock
well.
up, yeah.
It's a lovely McLaren livery again.
They're smashing it on those.
Oh, this could be where Russell gets him here because he is right on that slipstream. Yeah, he's going to go out. He's going to get the move done.
Oh, he's had done before the corner, but he could run wide again. Not sure. No,
He should have
hasn't.
that.
Yeah, that's
So-
good. I'm a critic of George Russell, but that was a very well done move. That was a very well done move.
Shame. I don't know how to feel about it, but we need that.
And Yuki Tsunoda is right there behind Piastri. Right there.
Does that mean that Mercedes go back up into second then?
Yeah, I think it does. They'll be back up. Unless Carlos has broken into the top 10 in the time that I've stopped watching him there.
He'll need to now.
Yeah.
He will.
Because Charles can't do anything else. Charles not going to get any closer to Max.
No, that's Charles done.
Lewis is close to Sergio as well. Only half a second off the back of him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem there's a huge. I mean, this kind of battle at the top is, between sort of third, fourth, fifth, sixth is really good. Verstappen's on the radio. Right front is slowly getting a bit hurt, apparently. I wouldn't worry if I'm him. He'd still win with 3 wheels.
Can you imagine?
Fun fact
can.
about the time Lewis actually did win on 3 wheels. His lap around Silverstone was still, I think, 5 or 6 seconds faster than the Porsche Super Cup pole time on
Oh my
3
God.
wheels. That
What?
tells you how fast an F1 car is
Oh
on
my
3
God.
wheels.
That's outrageous.
That's ridiculous.
I have driven the Porsche Super Cup, and I cannot imagine how fast an F1 car is.
It really, yeah,
I drove it
yeah,
at
yeah.
Silverstone, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way Lewis was 6 seconds
Yeah.
faster than this on 3
Oh
wheels.
my God. I need signs to get. He's not even. He's 2.5 seconds off
Perez
Stroll. What's he
is gonna
doing?
make the move
Yeah.
on Gasly.
Nice and easy. No issues there for him.
That should help Hamilton.
The race should come to Sainz. He started on the hards.
Well,
He had a
that's
good
it.
start, but I don't know. It's just not really
But
happening.
he's stuck behind 2.5 seconds behind Stroll.
He was a world-class driver, by the way. I won't have this Stroll abuse.
you,
dear.
you love him, don't you?
I feel like he gets such a hard time.
Because he's not very good.
He is good. He went from 16th to 4th last week. Tell you what, that's highlighted
was it
of
16th?
season material.
Yeah, so it was. I mean, it was an
That was his
unbelievable
best
jump.
race.
Yeah,
That was his
Yeah.
best race.
and he did it very quietly as well.
He did.
Alonso is in the pit
Okay.
again. 13 laps in on mediums. That seems a bit early to me.
On
Should we
medium.
guess the time?
Where's my thingy?
All right, I'm going to say
Do I have one?
2.3.
I don't have one.
Oh, it's long. It's
I
a
do.
3.8. 3.
That would be
I
definitely-
said 2.3.
So you were 0.7 away. What did you say?
I didn't even get to see it. I didn't have a board.
Tell you what,
So you said 2.3.
yeah.
I said 3.8. I'm further away.
We'll go the. All right, we'll spin the wheel.
Oh, for God's sake! Speak like a robot.
Oh my days, I'm so sorry for you.
Yes. Thank you. I am embarrassed.
I'm so sorry. You have to go through that.
How long do I have to do it for?
Give us a rundown of the grid here, just speaking as a robot, and then I'll let you finish.
Max Verstappen in first, Charles Leclerc in second, 1.5 away. Norris, Russell, Piastri, Tsunoda, Perez, Gasly, Hamilton,
Maybe only the top 10. Yeah, I'm getting tired.
Ocon. Can I finish?
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Thankful
that's-
James isn't here because he'd start doing the worm.
Oh my god.
Have you seen him do
I
it?
think I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's
yeah.
he's good at.
He's a good
Doing
dancer.
it.
He's a good dancer. I've seen him dance. He's a
was
very good
actually
dancer.
insane.
He taught me how to do the samba one week. Live
Another
on
pit.
air.
So they are all starting to dive in. Piastri getting in. Let's do this one. Here we go.
All right, I'm gonna go for
This is
2.4. No, it's 2.2. 2.2.
2.6.
2.7.
Oh, dude!
Come
the
on!
money.
Come on!
Spin the wheel.
Spinning the wheel.
Thanks for appreciating the robot voice, Harry. No one else in the
Bang
studio
on
did.
the money. I'll take that.
Looks purple to me. Do your best impression of a famous cartoon character.
The stakes are high when you're going
Who?
up against them times there.
Name a cartoon character.
Um,
Tom and Jerry.
Scooby-Doo.
Raggy.
Oh God, you committed to that. That was actually quite.
I didn't want to let the show down. You know, it's.
That
for
was decent, to be fair.
entertainment
I'm impressed with
insane.
that. So a few guys have dived in, meaning that Yuki Tsunoda is up to 5th place. I love that. Verstappen in first, Leclerc second, Norris in third, who's just about to come into the pit.
He is.
So we are absolutely in the pit window. Sorry, I got that completely wrong. I thought they would have been out for longer on the mediums.
Sad.
Piastri there.
Piastri on the
Alonso.
But you're right. This should come to Sainz because he should just stay out, get track position, and do his thing.
Places. Look, he's moved up a little bit.
Exactly.
Hamilton
What-
now has Gasly between
What do you think
him and
Sainz's
Sergio.
pit window is then?
Here
on
we go.
those
Let's
odds?
do this time. Oh, too late. We'll do the next one.
Oh, after, yeah.
Oh, it's slow. Oh no! Norris! He's lost positions big time.
Oh my god.
He's just done a 5.1 and lost the position to Russell. Mercedes will be ecstatic with that.
That's not good.
Oh no, that's huge.
Bad as it gets for McLaren there on that pit stop.
It's
It was
also
so
so
slow.
annoying for me as a Ferrari fan because Russell's been let back in.
I love that pit lane, by the way.
Whenever they first built it, everyone was so concerned that people get crashing and get stuck, and it just
Under a tunnel?
never happened.
Why? We have a
People
tunnel.
were
We have a
concerned
tunnel in
about-
Monaco.
You know?
I know it's a bit wider, but still.
McLaren, what were you doing?
Yeah, that's
A
not good.
5-1. It was the back left, I think, that got stuck. I'm sure we'll see a replay of it. But that is unforgivable.
Can we have Russell on Leclerc today, maybe?
All that work that Norris had done,
Gone.
and they just lose him 3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
It's a cool sport.
Oh dear. And now he's stuck.
Hamilton.
He's stuck behind. Stuck behind Russell.
Can Lewis overtake Pierre
He needs to.
in the next 2 laps?
Come on.
He's on
Must
the
be able
radio.
to.
Not sure what he's saying.
Something I find interesting whenever you have the onboard shots is their inputs as such. So if you look at Lewis, he always seems so controlled with his inputs on the glove through the steering wheel. Whereas look at other
Interesting.
drivers.
Ooh, touch.
Ooh.
They just touched.
Massive lock-up.
Oh, damage. Something's come off. That's Lewis's, I think, off Lewis's front wing. We're going to see. If you see here, something will fly off backwards. Do you see?
See a little.
Underneath the car. Or it could be off the back of Gasly's. I'm not sure which way. They've both just gone into the
He's pitted, isn't he?
pit. Let's go to production on that.
Yeah, just to touch on that, I think the damage has come from Hamilton's front wing. The end plate is hanging off. It could have fallen off since, but there's definitely damage to the front wing of Lewis's car.
Well, they'll have to change it. And that takes some time.
Well, you know, if it's only the end plate, he'll get away with it. Remember
Oh,
last
really?
weekend in Vegas, Verstappen won the race with missing end plates, so
That's true.
unless it's theoretically deemed dangerous by the FIA, he could get away with it if it's not damaging the car too much.
Wow.
You can seemingly just take chunks off that front wing and still run with it. You
Yeah.
know? Like the end plate comes off quite a lot.
It does, yeah. Interesting. It must have sort of gone far enough off the track that it's not going to pop somebody's tyre or something, because they've not sort of flagged that at all.
Most of the aerodynamics comes to the floor as well, not the wings.
Lovely move there, I think. Is that it's George? Yeah.
Albon.
Come on.
Sainz is up to 7th now, and Verstappen's doing a stop.
And that will mean...
Too
We're not
late.
gonna-
That was quick.
That was quick, yeah.
Well, actually, it wasn't that quick for them. It was a 2.9, but it was solid.
Is that Magnussen ahead of Hulkenberg as well?
Yeah. That must be
Must be. Stop.
a stop or something. Hulkenberg started in 8th.
I needed Verstappen to have a Norris pit there.
Yeah, that pit is cool, isn't it? Coming out. Under
Oh
the
yeah, I
tunnel.
love it.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool.
I think it's my favourite, to be honest.
The sun starts to
Something
set over the Yas Marina circuit.
That must be nice to drive in.
Oh, can you imagine?
So cool.
Must be so nice.
But
So
it's around about 30-degree heat as well, so
Yeah.
it's getting pretty sweaty right now. Yeah.
This is a replay
This
of
is the
Norris's
replay,
very
so
slow
back-
stop.
Back left, yeah, look. He's still trying to put the tyre on.
Oh dear. I wonder what the issue was. But that's race affecting for him, because look how quickly Russell absolutely licking his lips that he gets out quicker there.
Yeah, he smashed it. Mercedes
Be
smashed
interesting
it.
to see what comes out after.
Would
What
be good to know what time they did, actually, Mercedes, on that one.
I think he did 2.9.
Yeah, it was
Oh, really?
solid.
Yeah, good start.
Oh dear.
Sometimes everything's just that hot, you know, it's just difficult to, or the driver misses their mark
Yeah.
slightly or different
Oh,
things.
that's a hell of a lot of spark.
Hmm.
It's from Hamilton's car.
Thought we was in Singapore for a second.
Oh no!
Oh, what's going on
Oh
there?
no, Leclerc! How long? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's
okay,
fine. It was
it's
just
okay,
a
it's okay.
2.8.
That was just PTSD kicking in for you.
It was just a 2.8. But they cut to it when the car wasn't moving, so it looked like he'd been there. That was quick from Perez, wasn't it? 2.4, yeah.
PTSD really kicked in
Oh
for you.
God.
You really thought it was over.
Sainz now up to 4th. Look, obviously, that's tainted because he's due up to 3rd. He's due a stop. Yuki Tsunoda is leading the race.
Is this the first race he's led?
Wow.
It has to be. Has he led a whole lap? He will lead a whole lap. No,
I think if I
meetings
was
are-
him, I would do it just for the statistic, you know.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
led
yeah.
a lap of an F1 race.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Not going to get many opportunities.
No, not
In
this
their
season,
their
at least.
final time in this car ever being driven, called now for Taurai. God, I can't pronounce it after all these years.
If you could own an F1 team, what would you call it?
Not Racing Bulls,
No,
which
I
is
would
what they're
not
called
call
next
it
year.
that. No chance.
Racing Bulls. So you've got Red Bull and Racing Bulls.
That's a shame.
Rubbish. I liked Toro Rosso. They should have just kept it as Toro
Even
Rosso.
Racing Point was better than Racing Bulls.
Oh, God. What would you call it? It's a good question.
Called something like
Um,
Swift Racing.
It's quite nice.
I always like the name Swift. Or
Big Taylor fan?
oh, you've ruined Swift Racing.
I thought that's where you was going with it.
I wasn't going that. there was a ran in a junior category of
I'll probably call it Vavavoom.
Thierry.
Yeah.
Like that advert. Do you remember that advert where they were all like playing football in the house?
Yeah.
God, that was peak football,
I actually probably
man.
would call it Vavavoom, just to troll.
That's great.
I think it's decent.
That's a decent team. That's really good.
Or Vavavoom.
Yeah. Vavavoom. Very good.
Imagine having to say as a driver, yeah, I race for Vavavoom.
that alone is the reason why I'm calling it that. Just to hear them have to say it.
Coylan, what are you naming your F1 team?
I'm not too sure really. I'll have to come back to you about that.
Alright.
Like you said, definitely not Racing Bulls. Or
Yeah.
But just getting back to the race, Yuki Tsunoda obviously is in the lead, he hasn't pitted yet. And I know you guys always like a bit of trivia, so here's one courtesy of the Sky commentary team. Yuki Tsunoda is only the second Japanese driver to ever lead a race in Formula 1 now.
Very good.
The first one was Sato, Takuma Sato, yeah.
Very
Not
good.
too sure in the
good.
race, but yeah, Takuma Sato. Only 2 Japanese drivers ever.
That's amazing. That is good. Verstappen has hopped signs on those fresher hard tyres now, so we are going to see. Well, it'll be very interesting.
Do you know what I'd love?
To see how long signs can go on them.
Massive safety car right now for Tsunoda.
Yeah, can you imagine?
That would be brilliant.
You need a Latifi to stick it in the wall like he did in
This is what I'm saying.
2021.
Look, the grid misses him. No one does it like Latifi.
I mean, that 2021 one was just abysmal. He was
that
on his
that was
own,
a step too far.
been lapped, and he stuck it in the wall and lost Lewis Hamilton the championship.
And he was a Mercedes driver when he did it.
Ridiculous.
I know it obviously wasn't, but like you could say it was almost deliberate. It was that bad. Yeah, like it was actually just that bad.
It was awful. It doesn't get talked about enough either.
No, it doesn't.
Quite how bad. He wasn't
horrendous.
He wasn't in a race. There wasn't anyone around him. He just spun it into the wall.
Spun it into the wall and smashed up the whole car. And
So they
sent it out.
completely
jeopardised the
yeah.
entire race for Lewis. It's just insane.
I feel like we also have to.
And
go
without
back.
that, we don't get any of the drama.
No,
He just wins.
correct.
Mad.
He just loves the drama, the show. That's
Yeah.
why I did
Yeah,
it.
Latifi, man.
Lovely move here.
I want
Piastri on
Latifi to go on
Bottas.
I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here for that one.
Yeah.
Do some bush tucker trials for that. Make me eat snails and shit.
And Perez has made the move on Ricciardo on the same back straight as well.
Good stuff. Latifi goes to university in London now.
Does
Goes
he?
to
Does he?
Business school somewhere.
So he's not a driver anymore.
I think his family are like multi-millionaires anyway, weren't they?
Billionaires. really.
Billionaires, okay,
they
yeah.
were.
Oh, really? Billion.
Apparently, this is all speculation, but a few people have said that they're maybe more than Stroll kind of thing. So they're pretty.
More than the Strolls.
Yeah,
Wow.
they just keep it a wee bit.
Oh my God.
That's
Keep it hidden a bit
that's
more,
That's a
yeah.
lot of money then. Because the Strolls are absolutely banked.
God.
Only speculation though, but yeah, he'll be okay, you know.
Yeah, yeah, he's probably not going to...
Do you know what? The last thing I thought when Latifi left when he left F1 was, is he going to be okay?
Yeah, is he all right?
Financially, is he okay? Is he alright? He's going to be able to cope.
Oh dear, the Williams there. In
Like Mazepin,
the
I never worry.
last 2 positions, Albon and Sargent. That is not a way to end your season. Everybody has stopped now except your race leader, Yuki Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, Carlos Sainz and Bottas are all due to stop. I mean, Yuki Tsunoda's tyres must be absolutely shot because he's on the medium.
So
Oh, the
two
Ferraris are
Ferraris, the
fighting!
two
What are we
Ferraris.
doing?
Yes.
No, they've made it easy for each other.
Well,
Surely,
Leclerc's got
okay.
to go ahead.
I mean, that
Sainz
is the
says
right
he has to
decision.
stop,
That's
yeah.
absolutely the right decision. I thought Sainz
Leclerc's
was going
on
to fight
fresher
him.
tyres. Leclerc's on the fresher tyres.
Yeah, and they need Leclerc's points
Yes.
for
They're
this.
they're hoping for a safety car now, really, aren't they?
Perez, is it?
Yeah.
No, Verstappen, is it? Verstappen on Stroll.
Look at the grip of that Red Bull. Did
It's
you see that?
ridiculous.
Remember we watched Russell do that? He always used to drift out compared to
Yeah.
the Red Bull there, which is just
Crazy.
so much grip.
That car's a cheat code.
It actually is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So that's the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi,
Wow.
and
Beautiful.
it is unbelievable. It's one of the most awesome pieces of architecture I've ever
You've
seen in my
been
life.
there? Mm.
Yeah, I went last year after a couple of days after the race, just into like the city because Yas is a little bit not actually really in the city. It's like a man-made.
Most like most
Island.
F1 tracks, you got to travel
Yeah,
to it.
yeah. It's
Travel out.
unbelievable, that mosque, though. Like, it's so overwhelming when you get there.
I like to go to Azerbaijan for a race.
I would as well.
In the castle.
I really
It
like
looks
that track.
cool, doesn't it?
I love that track. I
It always-
really do. The little bend near the castle, I love it. It's brilliant.
I remember that they had a camera dude at the top, and they should
He
have had two camera
has that
dudes.
one whenever he's in the window
Yes.
and he comes out and
exactly.
yeah.
It's a dude running like this.
Do you know what it reminds me of? You know Cars, when all the cars are exploding in the movie?
Oh, yeah,
and
and he
then
has
zooming
that-
in. That's what it reminds me of, honestly.
Oh no! Sainz is absolutely being eaten alive on those exhausted hard tyres.
Is he going to pick this lap, do you think?
by
He
Russell.
has to,
now,
really. He's
yeah.
getting
He's losing time now.
torn through, really.
Well, they'll have to pit at some point, yeah. I wonder if anyone's going to go for a two-stopper.
Oh, nice.
Who's that? Daniel
Danny
Ricciardo? Look at that zebra livery! Wow! Daniel Ricciardo's just done Bottas.
Come on. That's,
I love a special livery. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that. He's gone wide, so looks like.
Surprised they don't play with deliveries more
This is
often.
close. Ricciardo and Hamilton having a great battle. It's a three-way fight here.
Who's that?
Hamilton,
Is that Joe or Bottas?
Ocon and Gasly, is it?
Is it?
No.
No.
Bottas obviously leading that.
Bottas.
Hamilton,
Sonoda's
Ocon.
finally come into pit. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out, actually.
Come on, Lewis.
I hope he does a quick stop. And Stroll pits as well.
Oh, geez, that was
Sainz hasn't
a
pitted
crazy
this
camera
lap.
angle.
Sonoda with a 2.5. That keeps him up and about in the right place.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Brilliant pit stop from AlphaTauri. They've obviously learned from Red Bull.
Sainz they're obviously just wanting a safety car here, really.
Yeah, they're holding
Oh,
on.
100% they're holding out for that
Just
now.
can't,
He
but-
should have pitted that lap, surely.
I reckon that they'll keep him out enough that he will get eaten up by the two McLarens, and he'll kind of be okay with that. But then I think when you get into the sort of positions of Alonso and Perez overtaking before the pit, that's when they'll have to go, okay. That's Carlos's.
Lewis has got ahead of bias. Thankfully.
I thought Lewis would have got up the grid faster, and he seems to be struggling a little.
Yeah.
I thought he would
Yeah.
have made more waves, but I suppose Perez is struggling a little as well, but again, he has fastest lap, I can't.
Danny Rick's done well to take himself up to 9th. Again, must be...
Side by side.
How is Sonoda behind Ricciardo?
He hasn't
they
hit
both
it. He
stopped.
hasn't. Has
Ricciardo stopped, hasn't he?
Has Ricciardo stopped? He seems a bit high for someone who's stopped.
He has stopped.
Yeah, he stopped. The only person that hasn't stopped is Bottas. Magnussen stopped twice. Can you talk us through that, please, Coylin?
Yeah, so Ricardo had a very early stop because of that tear-off that was in his front duct. So that was lap 3 or 4. And obviously on the faster tyre, Tsunoda probably would have lost out a bit more time going longer on the mediums. So kind of with Ricardo now, the tyres up to speed, it does kind of make sense that he is ahead. He won't necessarily be ahead for a while because Tsunoda's tyres will now heat up and he'll come through the field.
Yeah, and Ricardo will have to stop.
Sainz has just done a beautiful 2.1, baby.
That is incredible.
Come on.
That's the quickest of the race.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow.
These are the little things we've got to get right today.
What did you say? What's your
Do
slogan?
the basics right. That is my motto for Ferrari this season. And yours is keeping Checo in check.
Yeah, keeping Checo in check. And what was the other one?
What was the other one?
Keeping Checo in check and...
Something another one about Sergio. wasn't it?
Yes, two on Checo. Oh yeah, Perez Patrol.
Perez Patrol. Nice.
Yeah, those are the two.
Boys,
Yeah, for sure.
All right then.
Don't have to ask me twice.
look at you both with your arms outstretched like kids asking for sweets.
Please, sir.
It's the last race.
Yeah, Oliver Twist.
I just hope when we come back next year, there's going to be significant change to these cars in challenging the
I
Red
thought you were
Bull.
going to say like a mini fridge and like
No,
booze
like,
for
no,
us.
No, we're great. We're
need
doing
this
our thing.
Every
We had
episode,
sand.
yeah.
We had sand this year. Sand is incredible. I'm just talking about on the racetrack. Like I want to see more competition at that front end because Red Bull have just walked it.
There's a championship points there, live.
And if imagine Perez fixes up next year and the rest of the grid don't. Like it's just going to
Yeah,
be
imagine.
1-2 Red Bull.
So as it stands, Mercedes are 3 points ahead of Ferrari in the constructors. Now it's not.
Come on, that's what we like to hear. Why are you so down?
Yeah, but Sainz is just pitted. He's on your
Sainz
hard
is, yeah,
to come back
correct.
up through.
So
yeah?
Sainz is going to come through, but it's not representative. We're sort of nearly halfway through the race.
Yeah, Sainz will, like, where did Sainz start?
16th.
And he's back in 16th.
Wow.
That's
a
not
humbler.
great. That's not.
That is a humbler right there.
I'd be disappointed if I was him.
Yeah, what the hell?
You would like to have thought he would have made some progress.
Yeah, that's actually
25
insane.
laps into the race.
Is it, no, but that's because he's gone too long on that
He
tyre.
went very long.
He's gone too long on that tyre and he's lost so much speed.
He's relying so much on it coming to him.
I don't think he'd be that far down if he had pitted when he should have,
Yeah.
honestly. Because he was getting destroyed on those straights.
Yeah, I'm somewhat concerned about that.
Yeah.
I think Ferrari have made a blunder there.
At least Charles doing well.
Charles having a great race. I
Like,
mean,
you've either got to go super long and hope for a safety car, or you got to come in at the right time.
I think he went long and the safety car never came. And
Yeah.
He's just in a bit of no man's land.
Gasly is not happy with his car.
I don't think
Complaining
Sainz will
that
be
it's
very
very
happy with his
slow.
team. Strategy's not worked out there at all. What's this? Lewis.
Lewis with the move on.
Kuchiga.
I'm guessing that's Tsunoda.
Mercedes going to take
Or was
second
it
today.
Ricardo? Oh, it was Ricardo, sorry.
Mercedes going to take second in the championship.
No, please.
Yes.
Sainz needs to. Oh.
Sainz ain't
So
doing
we're
nothing.
we're now 4 points
What about the battle for
behind them. Oh dear, let's go to production.
Just as it stands on the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari will be in second place by 10 points if it was to finish as it is now.
Ferrari would be in second.
Yeah.
What?
How?
How?
According to the graphic I have.
Oh. So Mercedes were 4 ahead. Oh, because Russell's score. Wait.
But Russell's 3
What?
behind.
Russell's scoring 15, Hamilton's scoring 4, so that's 19 points, plus their 4 is 23. Leclerc's scoring 18.
Oh, look. On the graphic.
Would Mercedes not be like 9 points ahead?
Yeah.
9 points ahead?
I think on the graphic it just said Ferrari's third, no?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they are. I think they are because of
They have
Russell's
to be.
performance. Sainz basically needs to get into point scoring positions.
Yeah, I think Ferrari are definitely third. I might check as well. What?
Tsunoda's just overtaken Ricardo on that newer tyre as well. Oh, I don't want us to be third. That's not what's in my plan.
Fastest car in
Let's go back to
track
production on that.
Yeah, apologies. My
Thankfully.
web page here is running out of sync. Yeah, Ferrari will be third. Mercedes, as it stands, is on second with 411 points. Ferrari on third with 406.
Now I can sip my champagne in peace. That's what I like to hear.
God damn you, Matisse.
I was getting worried there for a second. I was like, we can't do any better than this. We've got Russell right behind Leclerc. We've got Hamilton. Well, Hamilton can do better, to be fair.
Oh, I'm fuming.
Do you know what? If it's not first, it doesn't matter. That's how I see
the
it.
race isn't over. You've got about
If you're not
25,
winning,
30 laps.
if you're not
left.
winning, you're losing.
And it'll only come
Yeah, but
to
we're
Sainz.
losing worse.
No, but losing is losing. That's how I see it. If you're not winning, you're losing.
You sound like Jos Verstappen, mate.
When Max comes second after finishing first.
Yeah,
in
he's
the
come out with
race.
these interviews and Jos is just like brutal to him.
No, he's actually terrible.
Did you ever see the clip whenever Max won in 2021 and you saw Jos talking to him? Did you ever see the emotion? He was not happy for some reason. Jos
I
was
have seen that clip.
angry.
Yeah.
Angry for what?
I don't know. That's the confusing thing. He's just won the championship and Jos
Weird.
looks upset.
I think
Yeah.
Lewis's dad was happier for him.
Yeah, that's so weird, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh dear.
Track looks nice now.
It
doesn't
does. It's wonderful.
It is.
It's,
I mean, it is an
it's
amazing
actually
way to end the season.
so
isn't it?
scenic. It
Yeah.
really is actually so scenic. When you see
It's
it
a beautiful
from, You see it
country.
from that angle, from the driver's view. You just think you're just driving in paradise, really.
They are not thinking that when they're going
No.
out there.
No. Way too hot.
It's an interesting camera because it shows the display in front of you. And it's so easy to get mesmerised by what's in front of you. You know, you've got the Delta, which shows you your laps, and it's sort of, you obsess over trying to get that as green as you can.
Well, it's going to be a two-stopper. There's no way these guys are going to be able to run these hards until the end of the race, right, Colin? Let's go to him on that.
Yes, I'd imagine it would be a two-stop. I'd imagine the majority of people would be going onto the two-stop. So no, I'd expect the reason I extended on the mediums was to try the one stop. Now whether it will work or not is a different story. I think we'll just have to see how the race goes and how his tyres go on for him throughout the race. But generally I'd say across the board 2-stop.
And we've just seen Perez take Piastri there. So Perez is absolutely sort of stealing his way up positions. Sad to see Piastri is actually not having a great race. To go from 3rd down to 6th now is not ideal for him. He'd have wanted more. I feel sorry for Norris because without that slow pit stop, he's in 3rd. Comfortably in 3rd.
Yeah. No, he is.
I thought he would have been able to sort of fight his way up back past George, but he just hasn't happened.
Carlos has taken himself up to 14th, so at least we're seeing a little bit of movement there, but he's still 4 cars away from even 1 point.
He might be on a one-stop, though. He went very late. He might be trying to squeeze it through.
I mean, they have to do something else.
Yeah.
Oh no, they won't be able to because he started on hards and he's on hards now. You have to run 2 different tyre compounds, so he'll have to go in for mediums. Please tell me they haven't forgotten. Please tell me they haven't forgotten that.
That is quite a Ferrari thing to do.
Can you imagine if they didn't know that right now in this moment? That would be insane. That would be so Ferrari.
But everything leans itself that the way that they've done this race is that they want to leave him out there, but they won't be allowed to do that.
No.
Could you
I
imagine?
don't actually. Again, that's the second time now Ferrari've done something I don't understand. If you're gonna go that deep, surely you're doing a one stop, which means you need to be on mediums now.
Start on the mediums.
Yeah. So then go to the end and try and hope that you're going to capitalise on people having to pit again. What are they doing? They're going to have to absolutely crash through that field.
Could you stop
and then
smiling
go
when you
pit
talk
again.
about this?
It's lunacy.
Look at his little face.
It just doesn't make any sense.
I can't believe this.
What's the plan? Seriously. What is actually the plan right now? Are they going to crash through the whole field and then pit again?
And then have to do it all again.
We're doing
third
Alex Albon.
time.
Alex
I love that
Albon.
Third time.
No, I actually love Ferrari, man. They don't make any sense. I swear, they don't make any sense in what they're doing.
Carlos could wind up having like 30 overtakes this race just because he's had to overtake everyone so many
Twice.
times. 3
What is
times.
the logic to this?
I actually genuinely can't figure it out.
I'm so confused.
So the race is pretty spread out. We've only got 1 car that's within DRS, and that's right down the back. It's Hülkenberg and Bottas. So we're not going to imminently see any overtakes because they haven't got that DRS advantage. But I just can't get my head around.
This is what I love about this team.
Imagine
Sainz.
the panic on the pit wall. Because there's
Shit, we sent him out on the wrong tyres.
there are tens of millions of euros or currency at stake here.
They don't act like it though.
No, they don't. They don't care.
They act like they're just gonna they'll be fine. They don't need the money, clearly. They don't need the money at all.
I'm very confused. Please
You
get in
haven't
the
missed
comments
any-
and
no.
tell us if we've missed something. But Sainz is going to have to stop again because he's run 2 hard compound
After going
tyres.
deep on the first stint,
It makes no
costing him
sense.
time.
It makes no sense at all.
So, yeah, I'm not even going to get into it because you'll cry.
Joe should really be a Ferrari strategist at this point. At least he has some competence. Get in!
Oh man, that team, so funny.
I don't want to linger on this point for too long.
No, but seriously,
But
what are they
I
doing?
can't get my head around it.
They do this every race. That's why I'm so chill because I just know Ferrari every single race they're going to give me something.
At least they're consistent.
They are consistent.
Consistently inconsistent. I can't.
You can rely on something like this from Ferrari.
Oh, God.
What a legend. Carlos is having to absolutely race through the field twice.
Well, he's not.
No, he'll have to do it
gonna
3
pull-
times because
Yeah.
he did it on the first stint, and then he's gonna have to do it here, and he'll have to do it
Yeah.
again on it after. His
I
next
guess they'll
pit
put
stop.
him on softs
I don't
for
think he's
like
even got time
5
to do
laps
that.
to finish.
What they're really hoping for is another safety car red flag.
Yeah,
Their whole strategy has
absolutely,
been
but-
around, we need a safety car. That's basically what it is.
Well, the problem is there are no hazards on the grid anymore. Like
No.
whenever you had Latifi and Mazepin running around, you can rely on one every race somehow. But
Yeah, something to happen.
this season, you've got everyone's
Actually pretty
safe
much
hands.
Yeah,
you know?
it's true. We've actually got no like reckless drivers on the grid really. Sargent's kept himself to himself. Really.
I hate going hard on the drivers, but you see that first race Mazepin had, and it was like
Oh,
the first
no,
corner,
no,
and
go-
he just
go ahead.
he lit it up
He was
off like the first corner,
Yeah, literally.
and just sent it 90 left into the wall. You're like, I don't
That's
think,
not
I don't
good
think
driving,
F1's
is
cut
it?
out for you, man. You
Yeah.
know?
Mazepin was the worst driver I've ever seen in Formula 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've ever seen. I'm not saying the worst ever, period, but I've ever seen in Formula
He
1.
could be. He's got to make the top 5
He
worst
was
of all
hot.
time.
And do you know what was really bad about him? He had the personality of someone that was actually good.
Did he win in F2 or something though?
Again, the likes of Latifi and I'll say Stroll, but I like Stroll. They were really good in junior categories.
Yeah.
It's just he just looked a little out of his depth.
No,
in
Stroll
F1.
doesn't belong in that category with those two anyway.
No,
Yeah,
Stroll's better than Mazepin
Yeah.
and
He's world
Latifi
class.
for sure.
He's world class.
Okay, maybe not.
Who do you drive for?
BMW.
Just checking.
Hey, Lance Stroll had a fantastic pole position at Turkey in 2020.
Yeah, and that's the only thing
I
that
love
he's
the
got
way
to his
you're
name.
clutching to these like small moments out
Yeah.
of like 1
He
in
won
10.
the
Literally.
2007
10 underwhelming races and then one great one.
16 F3 championship. Mate.
Wow. No, actually, that is impressive. I definitely couldn't do that.
You have to be good to win F3, and
Yeah,
Lance
100%.
Stroll is
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah.
No, that's why I don't put him in that category.
Ricardo coming
just-
into pit, which gives Sainz 13th.
He just struggles sometimes. That's all.
A lot.
Sometimes.
He just shouldn't be in a team that is pushing for the top end of the
Here is-
charts, in my opinion.
Carlos Sainz, who is just on the precipice of being...
Oh!
Little snap.
Wobbler.
Just on the precipice of being within DRS
Damn.
of Pierre Gasly. Once he gets that, because Gasly's been moaning about the car being slow, once he gets the DRS, you've got to imagine that Sainz, there you go, he is within DRS, so he should get it in the next, whenever the next DRS zone
Late in the
is.
brakes, isn't he?
Really late on the brakes,
That-
but he needed to be, because now he's sort of within touching distance.
When the wheel moves like this, I think of Richard just smashing it down the inside and just sending you off.
Well, you'll see all of that in our brand new show, Who's in the Car, out this Thursday, 6 p.m.
So much fun.
It is going to be good. Enjoy it.
Do you know what? I'm happy with the way that's going to come out. Hopefully, it should be good. I think I'll reflect on that nicely.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Harry's also right. Stroll did get a podium with Williams in Azerbaijan, 2017.
He did, and it was a race to the line with Valtteri Bottas for it.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic event, and I wish him the best for his future endeavour.
So as it stands, Mercedes are 5 points ahead of Ferrari in the constructors, which means, well, basically what has to happen is Sainz has to catch Hamilton. That's what this now is.
He can't.
Just means more money, isn't it, for the team? That's really.
Well,
what
how
it
far
is.
away is he? 10 seconds? About 10 seconds.
Lewis is.
Do they don't hand out like they hand out second and third place trophies for constructors, don't they? Or no?
Not
Yeah,
sure.
they'd hand
You'll
him
get
trophy.
something, I imagine.
He hit the tire of the point, but look who has the fastest lap right now.
Stroll. Let's go to Coylan before that goes any further.
This is insane.
So, just to answer your question, Matisse, there's a FIA prize giving at the end of every year where every FIA sanctioned championship, their champions come, they award them whatever. The world champions, constructors and drivers get their trophies, and I'm pretty sure as well, because I've seen the presentation before, I've watched it, they do invite second and third place drivers and teams up onto the stage, and they do, I'm pretty sure they do give them a trophy or some sort of thing, so
Yeah,
they
should
will
do.
get something just to remind them that this isn't good enough and they want to
Yeah. We got Norris coming in. Let's do this pit, guys, and then we'll spin the wheel. Here we go. Let's get some
Let's do it.
timings on this.
That's
Norris coming in. He had a horribly slow 5.1 last time.
this is big.
He needs a quick one this time. Don't mess it up, boys.
That didn't feel
Much
great.
better. Much better. 2.3.
I've got 7.
I said 8.
It's you. You got to spin it. I got it right.
Let's
2.3, baby.
What have I done?
Spin the wheel. Do you want me to spin it for you?
Yeah, I should have played it safe and said 2.5.
Dance! Matisse has to dance. I've been waiting all season for this big moment.
I'm going to do the 1.
No, you're not. This is fantastic.
This is
I've
television.
never been more ready for this.
I'm going to do the 1.
I'm so excited.
Let me loosen up my wire. Going to need a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay, here we go.
James, this is for you. I've never done the 1 before in my life.
Have you not?
Nope.
What a place to learn.
Go. I'm scarred.
His face reaction.
I feel scarred. I'm going to just put it out there. That was not the worm. And if you've just tuned in, this is an F1 show on TrackGP. You've not clicked the wrong website. This isn't something else.
Solely for the reaction.
This is not
I wasn't
something else.
confident. I did that solely for the reaction.
This is a family show, everyone. This is a family show.
That's two memeable moments in a week now.
Fair. Fair. That was great.
When I looked up, his jaw just dropped. Like you see the ghosts. Fantastic. I've got what I wanted from
Now,
that.
Matisse, that was fair play
I
because
want
you
you to
actually
get that again and then do it
No.
again.
you actually committed to that.
You can't
My
not commit
God.
to it though, you know?
I can't. I'm gobsmacked. Let's go to Coylham.
So Russell was saying just on the radio there, are you sure they can make the one stop work? So I think Russell's into the pits. He must have been asking about other people. He's asking about the one stop, and he was saying his own tyres felt reasonable, but he's after taking the stop and going in anyway.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, Matisse, that will be clipped and it will be on social media.
What's the chat saying?
The chat is probably.
They're
I don't know
saying.
what the chat is saying.
I think they're all sort of have the same reaction that I had. I thought that,
They're probably all too stunned to type to reply to you.
yeah. Exactly.
Oh dear.
Probably still laughing.
So as it stands, we've got Verstappen in first, Leclerc 9 seconds behind him essentially, Perez 7 seconds behind that, Piastri in fourth. Leclerc is coming into pit. Let's do this one because I want to see Matisse do the worm again.
Nope. I need to get this right.
Alonso 5th, Hamilton 6th, Tsunoda 7th, Stroll
Oh, wait, we haven't
8th, Russell 9th, and Norris in 10th.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Oh, I forgot to watch it. Ah! 3.0.
2.4.
2.6.
Me.
Okay, I'll take that.
Damn. 2.6. Okay, it wasn't too bad. Could have been a lot better.
I don't know about you guys, but it looks slow on the TV, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Oh, you're winding me up
All right,
again.
no, we'll go again. We'll go again.
All right, thank you.
You might regret doing that again.
What does that say?
Do your best impression of a famous car. We've had that one as well.
All
We'll
right.
go for a different one.
All right. Here we go. Really spinning it.
We've committed to this time.
Have
Share
a random fun fact about yourself.
Must be random and fun.
Yeah, both. I can spin a glass of water without any of it coming out. I'll do it with this one. It's the water in there. Ready? You see that?
Oh.
That's actually very impressive.
It's cool, isn't
I'll
it?
give you that.
What the hell did he just... What did he just do?
I'll do it again. I'll do it better than that as well. This is a dramatic one. Ready?
Okay.
Whoops.
Only
Okay,
a little bit came out, but how are you doing that?
Centrifugal force?
Yep.
Is that what it's called?
Anyway, you get the idea with that.
Soaking the
It's cool, isn't it?
That was actually pretty cool.
I when I first learned to do that, I was on a date with a girl and I was like 17, and I was like, hey, check this out.
Now we're getting a second fun
And I was doing this, right? And I was like, okay, right. And I got it completely wrong, and I just went and completely covered her. She was soaked. And safe to say, she didn't go out with me again.
That is brilliant.
You didn't like her anyway, mate.
Yeah, you didn't even like her anyway. Correct. Head up, King.
Followed by it.
Sainz is in the points, everyone, but he still has to change his tyres. And Hamilton stopped. So as it stands, I actually think now,
Oh my god.
as it stands now,
No, it doesn't stand now.
Ferrari would be.
I don't know. Well, where's
He's
well,
going
Norris
to
is
have to,
just
yeah,
on
but Sainz is
Stroll.
going to have to pit again, so it doesn't matter.
Lewis is going to
Correct.
have to.
He's going to have to pit again.
charge
If he
soon.
didn't have to pit again, this would be brilliant for Sainz.
Oh, Lewis on for
We might get a safety.
Yeah, that's literally what Ferrari need as a safety for sure.
Hamilton's just done the move on Alonso there. He's one place away from being in the point.
This is stressful.
He makes that look so easy as well.
He does.
Well, question in the chat was, will Norris pass Russell?
No.
No.
I think he will.
Those Red Bull rumours this week were weird.
But
They were
Lewis,
strange, weren't they?
With Lewis, like it's
to
never
finish
gonna
this
happen.
off,
Yeah, go for it.
just a little drop
It's-
each, really.
It's like it's never gonna happen. Why was that even a conversation? Why was that even a
The
topic?
interesting
talked a bit
thing
about
is
that. I
that
thought it looked-
Lewis
I
said
liked
that
it.
Christian had approached him earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
interesting, but again, he
Again, I
was-
don't believe any of it though. Like, because it just doesn't work. Verstappen would never let it happen.
I'd have loved it. I
I
mean,
would-
imagine
Do you know
those two
what?
together.
I don't know.
I think the
I don't
drivers
like
actually
Red
do
Bull.
have a
I
lot
would
of
prefer
say.
them to go to Ferrari, if anything.
The drivers have a lot of say as to who's their teammate as well.
Yeah.
They are
Really?
consulted on
Yeah,
the
yeah, it
process.
would never happen.
I'm not going to say anything, but like there are drivers who have blocked certain teammates coming.
Wow.
in.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Can I not force you to say any more
There's
on
no
that?
way Verstappen would allow. There's no way Verstappen would allow Hamilton to be his teammate. It's just not. It's like Messi playing with Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean?
It'll never happen.
It will never happen.
Leclerc is just about to make the move on Tsunoda. That'll be nice and clean. Takes him back into the podium spots. But he is then 15 seconds off Perez. Perez must be due a stop.
I think
How-
he is just rapid though. Like Verstappen, maybe? Is he just?
Verstappen is 30 seconds ahead of Leclerc.
Doesn't matter if he needs to stop, really, does it?
No. He could stop and still be ahead of Leclerc.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Is that Lewis on Alonso? Alonso's got back past him then.
Oh, he has. And Sainz is about to make a move on Ocon to take him up to 8th, which will be nice. Come on.
That's it. Lewis must have gone off because Fernando didn't defend that very hard.
No,
Yeah,
that's
so-
well, he's back in the.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're seeing the fight now.
So
Yeah, this will be it. Yeah.
Lewis got back. Lewis overtook him in the next complex.
Hamilton is on the radio. He just brake tested me. I got brake tested like way before the braking zone. So he's complaining about Fernando there.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they.
Yeah. There,
And then he gets the move.
So he's just.
Oh, he
been
gets
done
it back.
by the Aston Martin. He's just lost that place back.
Interesting. We should see Sainz do Ocon.
Oh, this is not.
That's good for Ferrari.
Yeah,
It is.
massive for
It's
us
good for us.
to hold
Because
Hamilton up.
That's
Oh, he's got it
Hamilton's
back.
Progress.
Come on, man. Get
Has
a
he?
move
No,
on.
that's George.
Oh, that's George.
Get a move on, Lewis.
That's really good for me
Mm.
because he's outside the deal. Oh, the three going three wide.
Oh,
Holy smokes!
wow.
So Sainz gets past Stroll, and he's going to have to do his best to get past Piastri, but they're going three wide again. Oh, God.
The sparks are crazy.
Ocon backs off a little bit. Oh, my God. Sainz in 9th, Piastri in 8th, Ocon just behind the two of them in 10th. God, that looks sketchy. Hotel looks cool, doesn't it now?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
And they changed
It's
the
crazy
colours
what
of the
the-
lights and everything.
It's crazy how the scenery's just completely changed.
Mad,
It's
isn't
gone
it?
from light to dark, like literally inside the race.
Alonso is moaning about the straight
How much do you
lines
think it is to
being
stay in that
covered.
hotel right there?
Tens of thousands this weekend.
The prices for
Per
Vegas
day?
were outrageous.
Yeah, per night.
Really?
Tens of thousands a night, yeah.
Oh my
It's
god,
crazy, isn't it?
That's actually ridiculous.
I did not stay in there, want to clarify.
Wow. No, that's actually ridiculous.
Oh, Ocon's got Sainz back, but he's going to have the better line. Ah! Oh, it's close!
He's gonna lose
What
it.
is that angle? Why are they showing a replay? Why are they showing a replay when we've got a fight going on?
because they're.
God! Sorry, I was a bit grumpy.
This is what they do. This is what they do. This is what they do.
Right, so Sainz is now pulled away. Oh, maybe that was the replay.
It was a replay.
I got a bit carried away, didn't I?
Yeah, he did a wee bit.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a passionate man. Like Matisse when he does the
Hey,
worms.
Sainz is back up to P9 though. He's found
Facts.
P16. He's made some good progress.
Let's go to Coylan.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
just
killing me.
just to pull away there from what's going on with Sainz. You seen the whole thing going on with Alonso and Hamilton. Alonso coming out of the pit exit in
Yeah.
front of Hamilton.
Brake
But-
testing him, swerving all over
Yeah,
the road.
It turns out that Hamilton was saying that he brake tested him going into turn 5, and I had a look at Alonso's on board, and sure enough, you can hear him come off the throttle way before he should be braking. So
So he is brake testing him.
yeah,
Did he not?
pretty
He
much.
looked a bit
Stewards-
choppy. It looked like it sort of got uneven. He was running across the curb and then he lifted off to correct it though. It didn't look like it was intentional.
It's kind of hard to tell. It's just I was just kind of listening more than really watching
Yeah.
what he's doing with the wheel. But you know, even you listen to it, it did sound like he came off the. So maybe he was trying to save it, but it has been excuse me, it has been noted, and it's going to the stewards.
Oh, has it?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'll keep you updated on that.
Interesting.
But see, Lewis can't do anything with Fernando. He's dropped off the back of him now.
Russell asking how Lewis is getting on. Yeah, he's doing a good job at the moment. He's in a fight of his own. What does that mean? How are we doing in the championship?
What does that
Are we
even
good?
mean?
All we can do is the best race we can do. We're fine at the moment. Why are they not just telling him exactly
He's got
what's going
annoyed.
on?
Russell's got annoyed there for no reason.
No, I actually completely agree. What?
Oh!
What? We're back, baby. We're 1 point ahead. Come on, please.
Science still needs to pit.
I'm aware of that, Matisse. Thank you. You sung that like
Yeah, I did. I really did.
Have you seen Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire? Where Hermione Granger goes, "It's not going to work." You literally sounded like Emma Watson, 2007, 8.
Oh God, it's so funny.
Let's go back to Coylan, the man with all the knowledge.
Alonso and Hamilton, no further investigation.
So he's still ahead. I mean, this is massive for me because Alonso will do everything he can to hold him up because they two hate each other.
Worst worst driver to be behind, outside of just being behind.
Brilliant
a
for
fast
me.
car,
Absolutely
is
fantastic for me.
One of the most defensive experts out there.
He's up there with Lance, mate.
Yeah, it's just not good. Oh, stop it with the scroll. How did I just hear Lance and Alonso in the same sentence? Oh!
Ferrari have come out and said on the radio for every team to hear, "Go long, we're hoping for a safety car." Ferrari have come out and said...
That was the most shameless thing I've ever heard.
I can't believe that. We're hoping for a safety car. There's no reason for there to be a safety car.
Dear.
I can't believe... Oh, no.
I know, but we've known Sainz has been doing that the whole race.
I know, but
Yeah.
that's not going to
He's
happen.
basically been begging for a safety car, strategy-wise anyway. But you never know. He might get it, but...
Alonso should have been penalised for driving erratically in the chat from Harry.
Oh, Alonso's just gone past Ocon.
Good from Ferrari point of view.
Is it? He's going to be behind you now.
Yeah, but then Lewis will be able to overtake Ocon. I'll get closer to the points. And then Alonso's also looking pretty fast. He could catch Sainz.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I actually might be rooting for
No.
Alonso right now.
Blind.
Please,
ignorance and
no.
stubborn.
No.
It won't happen. No.
Perez is pitted, so he is now going to come out where? He's going to come out.
It must be cool going through that tunnel.
Oh, honestly, I really think it must be. Like, it's definitely the best pit lane in
Yeah, it is.
in the
You're
grid,
right.
without a doubt. Because the rest of them are all the same.
It'd be cool to see some endurance racing there. I haven't ever watched any. Like,
You can walk the track, which is quite fun if you live there, on a Thursday.
Really?
They open it up to bicycles and walking, so people just go and use it as exercise all year round.
That's quite
You can
cool.
either rent a bike and cycle it, or you can just walk one lap and it's like, what is it, a couple of miles or whatever.
do you know how
Really cool.
tiring it is to walk tracks?
Yeah, I
That's the
bet.
duty you have to do. Like on the Thursday or the Wednesday whenever you shop, you have to walk the track.
Really?
And if you're like Spa, if you have to walk Spa, that's
didn't
like
actually-
5 miles.
I actually never thought about that. Walking
And
Spa.
up the hill as well.
Up the hill, yeah. Oh my
It's just
days.
horrible.
That's horrendous.
Because you have like a big drop and then you have to walk up Eau Rouge. But to be fair, it's
Yeah.
all downhill after that mostly.
Yeah.
But and then whenever you get to
I didn't think about
Stavolo and you start to go up through Blanchard, it's all uphill for like a
Oh.
mile. It's horrible.
that. Yeah, I didn't actually think that. That's terrible.
Do you know
I
how
think we're even on points as it stands.
Yeah,
I think it's the
that
same.
pit
We've got the
lane's
same pointage.
pointage?
Is that a word?
Is that a word?
I-
I don't want to.
It would be cool if it was.
I don't want to back you on that one. I don't think
I
it
don't
is.
think it is.
Shall I find out?
Science has moved
Hey
up, though.
Siri, is pointage a word?
Siri didn't find
Not good signal in London.
it. No, it's not really.
One sec.
Oh, thanks. No.
I found this on the web for his pointed a word.
Pointed.
Check it out.
No, pointage is not a word, I don't think. Oh, I really need a safety car.
What do you guys think of the Red Bull livery?
It's not very exciting, is it?
It's not, but I actually think, objectively, if I've never seen it before and I saw it today, I'd think it was cool. It's just the fact that it hasn't
Yeah, you're
changed
probably right,
in the
actually.
last sort
That's
of
actually a fair point. Yeah.
16 years. It's been the exact
Exactly the same car. And the same as Ferrari. Let's go to Coylan.
I've got some news, and it could be potentially disastrous news for Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton has just been noted for a pit stop infringement.
What sort of infringement?
I'm going to do that. Look at me.
Oh
Look at
my
me.
God.
Look at me. I'm Jose Mourinho. Do you remember that meme? When he goes to the crowd like that?
Yeah.
That's me. Tell me more of that. Give me more of that.
It's been noted. It's not under investigation. I've no outcome yet, but it has been noted. And if it's a pit stop infringement, that could be anything from the pit stop itself. It could be speeding in the pit lane.
Give me more of that. Keep talking, Colin.
will make sure
your
to give
Irish
you more
tones are bringing me joy.
I'll make sure to give you more information when I have it.
Come on!
Well, that's not good.
And Leclerc is in a comfortable second at the moment. Russell's 3.5 off him.
I need
so
Sainz to hurry up and pit again so I can see where he is.
Alonso, you were absolutely right, is on the back of...
Come on, Fernando.
He's all over the back
Go on,
of
Fernando.
Sainz.
Let's go.
He's dragging Lewis with him as well. Lewis
Fernando.
is on the back of him.
Fernando. Yeah. Let's
It's a
go.
long toe because Lewis is 2
For
seconds
my
off.
Ferrari driver. That's what
I
we
know,
want.
but the more they fight, the more sort of Sainz and Alonso waste battery and
Correct,
things. They'll
yeah, and tyre
slow
wear.
down. After this battle,
Oh,
Sainz
dear.
will be tired on those tyres.
Come on, Fernando.
I don't know. Do we just, I don't know. If I'm Ferrari, do I just go, let's go out and do sort of 4 qualifying laps at the end?
Get him.
No.
Get him.
Sainz has got this strategy so horrifically wrong.
Yeah.
Not him, but Ferrari have.
Oh, completely. To go hard is mental because he has to stop again.
It just makes no sense.
That's what I mean. We have to throw on softs and do 4 qualifying laps at the end and just
He needs to pit now and do softs the last sort of 13 laps.
Yeah.
That's all he needs. But-
Leclerc, just a reminder, we have
should be
2
trying to be on
strikes
softs
for
for as long
track
as possible.
limits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sort of, you need about 12 laps on softs, which is about now to pit.
Leclerc is 1 away from getting a
Are
black
they
and
going to
white
do
flag.
that? Absolutely
No,
not.
no chance.
No. Because they're Ferrari.
Sainz is going to come about 15th in this race.
No,
just purely
no,
because
no.
of Ferrari's strategy.
Please.
That's what I want to hear. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Oh, there's something they're looking at there. We can't see it because
Come on, Alonso.
it's covered
You're
on
in
our
DRS
screen.
now.
But
Come
they're
on.
looking at something.
Come on.
This is really big for Ferrari's season. This next sort of 12, 13 laps.
I think Fernando's going to get him at some point.
Fernando and Lewis will get. Look how close Lewis is.
Yeah,
to the back
Lewis
of
is
them now.
great.
Yes, this is what we want to see.
And then Ocon's not
And he
that far
starts.
behind.
So Lewis doesn't have to
Stroll
pit again, does
as
he?
well.
There you go. There's the move done. Formula 1 is a cruel sport.
Yes, Fernando.
Sainz is
He'll
getting.
come back at him.
Yeah, he could easily come back at him here because he's gonna. Yes,
He
come
couldn't
on.
even defend it.
No,
Not
no,
quite
that
this
wasn't
time.
Production.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those evenings, unfortunately. The infringement for Lewis Hamilton in the pit lane will be investigated after the race. So,
Oh, that's ridiculous. Why are they doing that? Do they know what's on offer?
The thing is, if
Well,
The,
this
the
is the
second
thing
or
I
third
can't
of the constructors on
understand.
offer and they'll go, oh, we'll just make a decision at the end. Are you white? This is what's wrong with the FIA. They get so many of these things wrong. They want the sport to be fun and entertaining and they go, oh, we'll make the decision after the race. Well, actually, no, because the whole season comes down to what happens in this race. The FIA are a joke, mate.
So now we're not going to know what happens.
It doesn't matter what happens because they'll decide later.
Yeah.
They'll decide who they want to be second later on. That's just disgraceful.
I'll have to
They've
give
got
my-
so many people working for the FIA.
Yeah.
Just send somebody to make a decision now in the next
Yeah.
10 laps. It's disgraceful.
I'm gonna
What
have
are they
to
doing?
Save my reaction for Monday on the podcast.
Sorry, it just winds me up that.
just walk into the podcast Monday.
Oh my god! I'll walk into the podcast tomorrow and go, oh, they still haven't made a decision. Well, sorry, I'm really pissed off about that.
Why do they always? How many races this season have we seen like different versions of what the final table was?
That's just
10 hours later. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine they did that in football. Imagine they did that in any other sport. Oh, by the way, it's all done, and we'll let you know what happened in a couple of hours.
Later on, yeah.
Level on points, but because Ferrari had the win, they're ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
That's your only hope. If Sainz doesn't get
Oh,
that.
Hopefully, Sainz just doesn't
somebody
finish in the
runs
points, then we
has
don't
to
need
take the
wait
escape
for
road
FIA
there.
to make any decision.
I think that must be Norris and Perez. He had to go down the escape road. Yeah,
Go
there's
on.
Hamilton on
Slim
Sainz.
Oh, come on, Lewis, man.
Sainz has just still got the inside. I
There
mean,
we go.
but Lewis will
line
set
it
it up
up.
nicely.
Line up the exit.
Yeah, he set it up perfectly.
Uh, Go on,
I'm so annoyed about that because we sit here as fans and we give so much time to the sport and they can't give 10 minutes to look at a pit
Yes!
lane infringement.
Just make it stick. Make it stick.
And I'm in a mood about that as well.
Round the outside, stick it. There we go. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see.
It's alright, mate. Don't worry.
It's not all right.
That's what we want to see. And Lewis doesn't need to pit again, does he?
He might. It doesn't matter if he does or doesn't, because Carlos is.
He shouldn't have to.
Yeah. That's a little nudge there.
Harry makes a fair point and says it can't be speeding the pit lane because if it was speeding it would be clear cut, so it has to be something else. But it's not like they haven't got the personnel to. Oh, that was the
A big
contact
touch.
where
was a
And
big-
again,
big
that's
touch.
something come off the front wing.
That's the thing, though. If you find a pit lane infringement, obviously someone's seen something, so it should be clear cut.
Just look. Just look again.
There'll be something there that they could watch in 2 minutes.
I
and decide.
just
Perez
can't
and
get my head
Norris.
around it. And it's going to be another controversy with Hamilton on the last race in Abu Dhabi. Another one.
You're actually trying to compare it to 2020.
I'm not gonna lie, they don't stack up.
No,
They're-
well,
they're
no, it's not
they're-
obviously not as important, but it's just. I'm in a real mood. Can you tell?
Yeah, I love it.
Here, Lando might have just lost 4th in the championship there.
With that little collision.
No, with that overtake.
With Perez.
Yeah. According to
That's
Prix,
just
has
dangerous
Lando-
driving.
has
He's had
Lando
loads of
lost-
space.
Has Lando lost 4th in the championship? Like?
And they're looking at that collision between Perez and Norris there.
Yeah, but if they give him, what, a 5-second penalty, it'll be 5 seconds ahead in 4 laps, you know?
Mercedes 2 points clear now in the constructors with 9 laps left.
Science, hurry up and pit, man. We need to know where you are.
Not anywhere.
It's interesting how the pit crew have slightly different coloured overalls. You notice that? There was a few in there with like yellow.
Yeah.
I wonder if they just got wrong in the wash or something. Alright, should we make a prediction?
No
for the
one
spin?
cares about Max.
Mercedes are going to win. Oh, or come second for sure.
Max leading the race. Shock. Look at how much. Look at the gap. Where's the rest of the team? Like, where's the rest of the grid?
Is there any other possibility of Mercedes winning it now?
He's
Well,
literally-
the pit lane infringement,
literally
we'll see.
gone.
But
Where's Leclerc? How far? Oh my god.
he's 8 seconds behind, and he's kept the distance to Russell of 3 seconds, which is good. So we'll definitely get second place. Could do with that extra fastest lap point, really, but probably won't. The only way we might get it would be if Sainz comes in and puts softs on.
Like, these are supposedly tired hards that he's on right now. And look how nailed down the
I
car
know.
looks. You know, like, watch him through here, just the grip he has, just to make the apex. Bang. Exit. Easy.
So
It's like it's
clean.
just smooth.
So clean.
It's like a simulator.
It's like a simulator. It's like a game. It's awesome. I'm so jealous of him.
Who's that? On a Haas. Must be Albon. Yeah, Albon on Hulkenberg. They've been nowhere, the Williams and the Haas's, both just, and the Alfa Romeos, all 6 of them taking up the 6.
No, Hulk had such a
Like,
good
lowest
quality, but
spots.
it just has not converted at all. He's down 16th
We do-
now.
We don't need to talk about Yuki Tsunoda still being in 7th.
Yeah.
That's
we do.
amazing. He's lost 1 position since the top of the race. Let's go to Coylan.
So I've been getting a bit of information on what these possible pit stop infringements could be. Also, I'm Gasly under investigation as well for the same thing. According to Ted Kravitz of Sky F1, he's saying that he's hearing it's because both sets of teams didn't have their helmets down in time and didn't have the necessary eye protection in place
For
for Hamilton and Gasly, the pit stop infringements.
Hamilton and...
So
See if they lose out
if
because
that's the
some
case-
crew members didn't have their goggles on.
Do
That'll be
But
the
if that's
basics
the case, if
right.
if it's usually a team error like that, it's usually a team fine, not a subsequent 5-second or whatever penalty.
Okay.
It would be so ridiculous
So-
for them to lose out on second in the championship because of that.
Can you imagine?
Because
Oh my God, someone would get fired, wouldn't they?
some intern that they've picked up 6
Oh
months
my
ago
God.
hasn't got his goggles on at the appropriate time. It would just-
Jeez.
That's how bad it'd feel.
That would be insane. Actually insane.
So Russell, they're saying is going to be... Perez is going to be in striking distance of Russell in 6 laps' time. I mean, oh God, what...
I need Russell to hold
Let me
that
know
position.
how much the gap is to Perez and Russell. Maybe we can make them fight a little bit more towards the end.
What?
That's
Oh, you
Leclerc
bitch.
kind of going
You
with some sort of
bastards.
strategy, I think. But
Oh,
But what's he trying to do?
He's
really?
trying to get Russell to lose the place to help Ferrari in the championship. He's going to back up Russell on Perez. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
I
ridiculous.
mean,
Charles,
I need Perez to
Oh.
do a jump
Oh, Charles.
desperately.
Leclerc, why?
You almost need Perez to overtake Leclerc as well.
Perez has got a 5-second penalty, so it's redundant for causing a collision
Good.
with.
There you go. No,
So that's completely redundant.
There you
It
go,
doesn't
Leclerc.
matter because
Good.
the position will go back to Russell anyway. So
perfect.
that all
Nice
but-
try,
awesome.
Leclerc.
That all but firms it up for Mercedes.
Nice try, Leclerc. Nice try. Hold that.
Oh, I'm really sad. I'm really, really upset.
You wanted that second.
Yeah,
I
man.
think you want it more than me.
I'm really sad, Matisse.
Maybe we should give it to you.
You should.
Because I'm not asked.
Oh, let's go to Coylan.
Sergio Perez, 5-second penalty for causing a collision with Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That firms up George Russell in third.
Just need Lewis to bring home the bacon.
Let's talk about next year,
Yeah.
because that's just it. This year for you is over.
I've been talking about next year since 2008 when we last won.
How old was you then?
14.
And I was 4.
Was you into F1 at 14? Yeah.
Not like I am now.
Yeah.
no.
So you need a win.
My first F1 memory was actually 2009. I remember Button winning the championship.
Nice.
Mad.
Yeah. Have any of you seen the documentary?
What, on him?
Yeah, on the Braun documentary.
Oh, the new one on Disney.
Have you seen it yet?
No, is it good?
I haven't seen it yet.
I heard it's
seen
great.
I have seen ads for it. I haven't seen it though.
Wow.
Do you think it's going to be a good watch?
I think apparently it is great.
Okay.
Perez is moaning here. We're going to see this replay
Oh.
for causing collision.
That's quite soft, isn't it?
That seems a bit harsh on Perez
It does,
to give him
doesn't
5
it? Like,
seconds.
where-
I think that's
where-
just-
How's
Lando's
his-
sort of. I'm not going to say he's turned
Because
it in,
I
but
think
he hasn't
Perez-
given him loads of room.
I also think that Perez has the number one. He has the inside, and his car seems to be a bit ahead. Feels a bit.
Seems harsh. I think it's because Lando cut the track has made it look worse.
Yeah. Yuki Tsunoda, what a race! What a way for AlphaTauri to finish with this name. And they're 1 point away from getting 7th in the championship off Williams. And Daniel Ricciardo's just gone up to 12th. And Sainz is going to drop down. So if Daniel Ricciardo can get past Stroll, he'd get a point.
Yeah, but not Stroll, man. He's different.
He is 4 seconds off him, to be fair.
I don't know. I don't think Sainz will drop that far back. I think he'll sort of maintain that position now.
But he needs to stop.
Does he need to stop?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he does.
he's run two hard
done
tyres.
two hard
Is he-
tyres. He still needs to stop.
He started on a hard, he's on the
Remember
hard
we
now.
was discussing,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's no...
This is why he's screwed.
He is going to finish about 15th.
Yeah, he still needs to stop. Unless they forget, which would be even more funny because then they'll be penalised.
There was a race where, was it Schumacher went through the pits on the last lap and crossed the line in the pit lane through some technicality.
That's
Coylan,
good.
Can you remember that? Schumacher through the pits. Was it Schumacher? Ferrari went through the pit lane. Do you know what that might have been?
What's this now? Winning in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, British Grand Prix '98. Schumacher had the penalty and he came in on the last lap. I don't know, did he take the penalty and cross the line or cross the line and take the penalty, but he technically won the race in the pit lane.
There we go.
Sainz should do that. I mean, they have to just throw on softs and go, well, look, see what happens, just chuck it round the track.
Should they not have thrown on softs a few laps ago?
Well, they wouldn't last, the softs, because they just get absolutely torn apart, but I just...
I think we need to appreciate how Coylan knew that off the top.
Yeah,
of his head.
1998
It's
British
the
Grand Prix.
race, the driver, the actual year it was.
Yeah.
This is-
Impressive,
yeah,
wasn't it?
mental. 5 laps to go in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We got Verstappen taking home a beautiful 26 points. Leclerc's going to take 18 as it stands, and Russell is going to take 15 as it stands, but that is not going to be enough
Yes.
for Ferrari. I'm fuming, to be honest.
Maybe next time. Maybe next year. Who knows?
Can we stop with the next year?
Well, it's not this year.
Well, it's not going to be next year either.
Do you know what's embarrassing? Matisse was there. In our pre-season
Predictions.
I
What did you say?
predicted that Ferrari would win the constructors.
Oh, how wrong you were.
I also predicted that Perez, the stress of the season would get to Perez and he would underperform massively.
Okay.
So I got that one right,
Yeah, you got that massively right.
but I got the Ferrari one massively wrong.
You got to stop betting on Ferrari.
I
I
can't.
keep saying it to you.
I'll never put my money on Ferrari. I never put my real money on Ferrari because they
Constructors
just let
Ferrari.
me
Do you know how
down.
much consistency they'd have to show to get a constructors? It's just not going to happen.
Yes.
So
do.
much incidents.
Like things like this
pit
here, what
stops
they're doing
and-
with science, like this happens every week for them, really, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's always.
Like
always
they could never maintain that.
no.
It was such a risky strategy to go, oh, we hope we get a safety car at a track where there's a hell of a lot of runoff.
There's no bad drivers. Like
It's not like we've had people just making error after error after error.
yeah.
It's just such a strange decision at this track to hope for a safety car. I don't. It's not 2021.
The consequence is many millions.
I tell you what, Logan Sargent is not that far off Alex Albon. And that's not bad for him to round out the season.
Clutching at straws, that for him. Ferrari is somehow now back ahead. Wait, what?
That must
How does that work?
Wait, whoa.
That must
What?
have updated, surely.
Because Perez has done Russell. Oh, but the 5-second penalty.
Yeah. The 5 seconds.
So unless Perez drives 5 seconds ahead,
Imagine.
because the 5-second penalty
So
will
how
knock
far
him
off?
back
He's
down.
1.4 off. We've got 3 laps left, so he needs to find a few seconds on in those laps.
He needs
I
to
was- I was
find
gonna try and
a
work
Perez
out
needs to drive up a second a lap for it to help me.
the difference between being on the pace and being a second off the pace. Do you know how much effort you have to put in? Because it's so easy for any driver from any category to get within it to a second. But see that last second, it's the hardest
Really?
thing to pull.
Interesting.
You have to properly. It takes hours, years. You know.
It's 2030 and he's going to say next year. Yeah.
George keeps
I'll be saying, yeah, next year will be our year. In
George
7
giving
years.
us some drama.
I think the introduction of Audi would be very interesting.
The idea of what?
Audi coming in,
Oh, yeah, 26. That'll be great.
but that is a couple of next years away. Really.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that because right now,
I mean, Sainz has to pit. What is he doing? Lance Stroll's going to get a 3 point.
Okay, if you were a team coming into F1, which drivers would you try and pick? Which you think would be willing to leave? So obviously you're not going
That's
to
it, it's
separate
who's
Verstappen
willing.
from Red Bull.
no.
I'd want
I'd
someone
take
like
Sainz.
Oscar
But
Piastri.
I'd take Sainz.
Sainz would be willing to leave, 100%.
Sainz, I'd take him, and I'd take.
Lando.
I want Piastri.
I
But
feel like Lewis could leave Merck. I feel like
Yeah.
he could. He's been there a while. He'd want a new challenge, but at the same time, he's coming to the end.
You've
of
got to
his-
give him a title-winning car to get him out there.
Yeah.
don't forget to put your visors down, boys.
Well, he took the risk on Mercedes whenever he left.
He did.
Yeah,
McLaren,
left
you know.
McLaren in
He could
2009, did he
have
go?
that. No, 2012. He left at the end of that.
Oh, of course he did.
2013.
Right, Sainz is coming into the pits. This is going to be a laugh for one lap.
Should we predict the stop so we get the?
Yeah, may as well.
It's going to be mad.
Oh, I'm so sad. I really thought we were going to get it, man. I really thought that today we were gonna take it. We were gonna take that. The only thing is, he'll take the fastest lap off Max, but that doesn't mean anything, does it? Actually, will he? No, because it will be his out lap, so he won't.
Yeah, you're actually alright.
They didn't think that through.
No.
They don't
There's
even
been
want
no
fastest-
thinking.
There's
on
been
Ferrari
no
pit
thinking
wall
on Ferrari.
today.
Zilch.
But even on fastest lap, they can't. They honestly, unbelievable.
What
I
have
mean-
they actually been doing? all
Imagine if they
race?
lost by a point, because they couldn't get it fastest.
You have to. You do have to say fair play. I mean, Max Verstappen has had a ridiculous season, an absolutely ridiculous season.
If he wins this race, how many is that? He hasn't won 3 so far this
Yeah,
season,
so
so that's 19.
19 races.
That's
Oh, he's done the
ridiculous.
stop. We didn't see it because we're seeing Max Verstappen go around a 2.4. I imagine he's gone on the soft, hasn't
Did
he?
you guys predict that? No.
No, I didn't.
Well, I predicted 3
Imagine they
seconds.
put mediums on him.
I was,
Yeah, put him on the hards again. He has to come in once more.
That would be hilarious. That would be so funny.
I don't know what to say.
So they're not going to be inside the top 10, that's for sure.
I'm lost for words. Yeah, 15th. So Sainz,
Lance Stroll
He's
rounding out the
basically
top
made
10.
no moves. Where did he start? He started in 16th.
he's made one
So
position.
he's basically made one position in an entire race.
Max Verstappen is the first driver ever to lead 1,000 laps in a season. That is unbelievable.
I thought Lewis would have would
Same.
have done more.
Same, I'm
You
quite
know,
disappointed.
I thought he would have got up to the back of the McLarens. A P7 would have been acceptable, but
Yuki Tsunoda in 8th. That is, for me, that is
Quite disappointed in
exceptional.
That performance.
have they been lapped or on the same lead lap? They're on the same lead lap, aren't they? So yeah, this is.
Perez has just overtaken Leclerc. Perez has just overtaken Leclerc,
Oh, shit.
but he's got a 5-second penalty. Let's go to production.
Yeah. Leclerc has been on the radio asking for the gap between Perez to Russell and telling his team that he will let Perez past in order to get him to go forward and extend the gap so he can keep the gap to Russell in terms of the constructors.
Leclerc.
Oh, interesting.
Leclerc's funny.
So he's going to try and back Russell up. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not going to make any difference because I think we'd still...
I think it's pretty much
Because
over,
they've
yeah.
messed it up with signs, but
That's clever from Leclerc.
Very clever.
a man with a brain.
Very clever.
The only one in the entire
Yeah.
franchise.
in the engine that is Ferrari.
Oh,
Ferrari
Leclerc.
strategy.
So we're on board with Max Verstappen as he rounds the final few corners at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, rounding off the 2023 season, which has been unbelievably dominant for him, and we're going to see him cross the line as the fireworks fly. What an unbelievable season. 19 race wins for Max Verstappen. I don't know if we'll ever see dominance quite like that ever again. Not just to be the dominant car, but to be the dominant driver in your team. Give me a break, Max Verstappen. That is unbelievable. You can only applaud it, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. He's been consistent, and you think some sort of complacency would set in at some point, but it just hasn't for him. He's just continued
Every week.
to win every single race, and especially when his teammate is not performing to the level required, that constructors is basically on his shoulders.
Tom, is this as good as it gets?
Well, obviously you could win 3 more races. But yeah, I think practically that's like, could you ask for much more?
No.
Really?
We're just catching a replay of Charles Leclerc letting Perez pass, I think, is it? Yeah. Which seems like such a strange decision.
Because he let him pass when he didn't do anything after it. Was that Lewis got Yuki? Or no, he
Yeah,
didn't.
he did.
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't let it go, and Yuki goes back in.
See how twitchy that Mercedes looks?
Yeah.
We'll have a look at those final positions. We're just seeing a few replays of the end of the race because there was quite a lot of sort of last lap action. This is Lewis, and then he just... Oh my God, he does well to hold that.
My days.
He rolled
But
too
the Red
much
Bull
speed
would
in.
never do that.
No.
The Red Bull would not let that back end go out. Wow.
Shows a difference in the cars, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So Perez did have that 5-second penalty. I'm going to get up what that final grid position, grid ending, whatever we're going to call it, looks like.
Is anyone doing donuts?
Oh, Max is going to do... the firework display is out of this world, by the way.
Yeah.
This
Is
is
it? It looks cool.
Max Verstappen
All the
wins
Dutch fans there.
They travel.
the Abu Dhabi Grand
Do
Prix.
very well.
In my grid.
Yeah, they travel
Oh,
very
I think my
well.
thing's not refreshed because I think
Unbelievable.
that feels like it's wrong. Because we're not seeing the final grid. I'll get it on the F1 app. Hold on, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, that fireworks,
Exactly who
that
finished
fireworks
where, 'cause-
display is insane.
It's silly, isn't it?
My God.
Can you believe it?
Wow. That's outrageous.
This annoys me about England sometimes. You see a fireworks display, but they don't properly commit.
Yeah, yeah.
See things like that.
They don't go for it.
That's
So in
what
the end,
they're
we
trying to have like
had-
a 10-minute
Oh, let's-
display. I'd set them all off at once.
Yeah.
Just one big missile.
your top 10 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix are Max Verstappen in first, Charles Leclerc comes in second because of the Sergio Perez penalty. Russell takes the third podium spot, Perez then in fourth. Both McLarens, Norris and Piastri respectively in fifth and sixth. Alonso in seventh. Yuki Tsunoda in the last ever race in an AlphaTauri comes in eighth position. Lewis Hamilton in ninth. Lance Stroll nicking the last point in 10th. And just for reference, Carlos Sainz, who started in 16th,
The way he came 16th.
ended up in 18th.
Oh, what a race.
Wow, that's outrageous from Ferrari.
What was the...
That is
That's just embarrassing.
outrageous.
That is embarrassing. That is an absolute
How
joke.
on earth
Let's
do you
go to
manage
Coylan.
that?
So I'm really annoyed about that, to be
That's
honest.
outrageous.
I'm afraid I'm going to make you more annoyed. It's confirmed Mercedes have taken second in the Constructors' Championship. Perez finished 3.8, I think, ahead of Russell in the end, which obviously wasn't enough to take the position.
18th.
I don't have anything to
That's
say.
impressive, isn't it? How have they gone backwards from there? You have a bad qualifying and you actually don't...
Literally couldn't even do that if you tried. You literally...
It's like, if he maybe crashed, you'd understand, but
my
he's had an
God.
entire race and he's lost 2 places.
18th. They've... Oh, do you know what? I don't even have any words for that. That's outrageous.
Good.
Ferrari
Good,
are
good. I
insane.
wanted to come third, actually, to be honest. I came
Ferrari
in
are
today
actually insane.
and I
More
said,
time in the window.
I said, good, let's come third.
No, Ferrari are actually insane. They defy all logic.
I wonder, Coylan, have you got the graphic for who finished fourth in the
I
drivers?
actually think we could do a better job.
How did they do that? How? Oh my god.
So definitely it wouldn't be Carlos. How many points did Alonso get?
2 seconds. I'm just.
That's
no worries,
actually
you're looking.
so funny.
I think he came 7th.
And Norris came 5th, and he was 5 behind. I think it will be Alonso.
Do you think?
It could. Leclerc was 12 behind, which I think is too much. We're going to get it. We're going to get this in a minute. Jake saying Ferrari are like Tottenham, messing it up. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it, mate. That's made me feel really good about
You
myself.
have just been called Tottenham, man.
Yeah. And not even Tottenham this year. Tottenham of old.
Oh, Champions League final.
Not even
bottlers.
exciting. Let's go back and confirm who's 4th in the Drivers' Championship.
4th place. This is interesting because it's equal with Fernando Alonso and Charles Leclerc, but according to this graphic here, it's Alonso that's been awarded 4th place.
More podiums.
Leclerc takes 5th on they're both on 206 points. Alonso 4th, Leclerc 5th. Norris also 6th, 205 points, and Sainz 7th on 200 points.
Wow.
Sainz finishing 7th. He was 4th today.
Wow.
Yep.
That's brutal.
Wow.
That's perfect.
That is
More bad
absolutely
news.
brutal.
More bad news.
Also, Rins K in the comments makes a really good point. The Checo penalty was absolute nonsense, and Rins is completely right. It is an absolute joke, that penalty. I think Norris turns in on Perez.
I don't get it, to be honest. I really don't. Surprised. I thought that'd go down as a racing incident at best.
Again, it's another one of those ones where you swap the positions. You don't
Yeah.
like a 5-second penalty's
Yeah.
futile.
Oh, well, to be honest, I'm very sad.
I would be too.
I'm not like, I just don't, it just ends up being a really sad ending to the season as a Ferrari fan. But you have to, I'm going to put my neutral hat on for a minute. My God, Red Bull are good. My God, Red Bull are good.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen ends up with 575 points.
I think you can half his points and still win the championship.
Yeah.
You know, it's stupid.
His points on his own is better than every other team.
That's not even close. He's like 170
points.
166 points ahead of Mercedes.
On his own.
That's what you call
Hopefully
it,
we never
carry,
see anything
isn't it?
like that again, because that's just too much domination.
It's unbelievable. So it ends up Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari. The graphics gone, so now I'm remembering McLaren, Aston Martin, Alpine,
Yeah, good luck, mate.
Williams, Alpha, one of the Alphas, and Haas last, I think. Look, we're going to wrap it up. What an unbelievable first season we have had at On Track GP. Thank you to everybody that's played any part in it. Production, you get a round of applause. You've been lovely. We love you. And don't forget, the content does not stop here because we just this week shot our brand new show, Who's in the Kart? So while you're missing the F1 cars, we have got you covered with a hell of a lot of racing action and a hell of a lot of familiar faces that you will see. Our first show is this Thursday, 6 o'clock live on our YouTube channel. We will go. And we're very, very excited about it. But it's been an unbelievable season. Matisse, wrap up this season in sort of like sum up in 5 words.
Annihilation.
Yeah.
Domination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the words.
There you go. Good. Really good. Tom,
two words.
Tom, wrap it up.
5 words.
5 words.
Whitewash.
That's 2.
I like that one.
All right. Max Verstappen.
2.
I'll go interesting.
Yeah, it was
Has been
good.
interesting.
And I think we're going to see...
Oh, Lance Stroll would have been
Yeah,
two of
well-
my words.
we'll hyphenate
Of your
that.
words.
Keeping Checo in check. How many words is that? Keeping Checo in check. That's 4.
Keeping Checo in check. Lol. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We'll be back tomorrow with a podcast to go through everything that has happened today. And as I mentioned, our brand new show, Who's in the Kart? Thursday it starts, and we've got 4 episodes coming for you to keep you busy. We'll see you very soon. Stick with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're On Track GP, and we will see you soon. Bye.